Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tuesday night's main event. We were late because Gary is on the panel, and that is a contractual obligation you have to have anytime Gary is on a stream. You have to be late. But, you know, we decided, look, you guys are always like, you guys have all these good-looking women on streams and all that. We just need a sausage party. That's what the audience wanted, okay? So I listened to our audience around here. We got rid of the women. We have a lot of male toxicity here on Tuesday night's main event. So let's get this party started. Is everybody okay with that? The chat's probably gonna be really pissed off. No intro and no hot chicks. We've already failed. But speaking of hot chicks, though, Ryan Kennel is here. Hi, Ryan.
Hey, Jeremy. Yeah, it's good to be here. We've got a lot of fucking people on this panel today, and we've got the women in the back where they belong, so they can't speak. So that'll be good. You know, we always say on Geeks and Gamers, the women are better seen and not heard, but in the reality, neither is the appropriate answer. So we got that going today. I'm ready to rock and roll.
This might be the most positive Ryan's ever been on a Tuesday night's main event.
I've never seen him so happy before.
I know, he seems a little happy right now. Do you feel good after going viral again on Twitter once again for a DC take?
Yeah, it's something about DC. I don't know what the fuck it is about DC. I could shit on Marvel every goddamn day of the week, and it doesn't, like, not that it doesn't matter, but for some reason, my takes about DC movies, or whenever I'm involved with anything, opinion, whatever, on a DC project, those are the ones that seem to go viral for some reason. So yes, I'm very happy that the director of Blue Beetle is happy that I'm upset about the trailer. That fans are upset about the trailer, that the director of Blue Beetle is happy about that. And what do you know? It also led us to being able to discover that, yes, you wished assassination upon the president of the United States, President Donald Trump. And like a bitch, you deleted the tweet when you were called out, you fucking pussy. So yes, I'm really excited about that.
There it is right there. Shout out to Lofty Pixel. So I just tweeted, why did the Blue Beetle director delete this yesterday? I was just asking a question. It was an honest question. Why did you delete this? I was just curious. And the funny story, the funny part is I don't know if we would have known about this if you would not have commented on our video. I'm not sure. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. But we're going to discuss that in full a little bit later. We do have representation. That's the only reason Eric July is here. It's not because he's a successful YouTuber, musician, comic creator. What? No. It's only because he's black. That's the only reason I have him on this panel, according to the blue-haired freak train on Twitter. Hi, Eric.
What's up, man?
Notice I didn't say you were an accomplished Mario Kart player, but everything else you're good at. But you ain't good at Mario Kart. Fuck you.
Anyway.
He used to be before he became like a big time comic guy. He used to be good at Mario Kart.
It is true.
I remember.
Good times.
But yeah, no, I'm doing good, man. I'm fucking all over the place right now. We are officially about to get moving into our new warehouse, so everything's going on crazy kind of with that. Been working, man. Working on reverse stuff, but you know, per usual, kind of excited to be here. As always, being able to chat about what's going on. There's a whole lot of stuff going on between the, you know, this past week that's in the comic book space. So obviously having a special guest today is kind of a perfect time. So excited.
Hell yeah. Good to see you, man. Speaking of comics and successful campaigns, we got Drunk 3PO here, $75,000, sir.
Yeah, look at that.
Wow.
How the hell are you?
Pretty awesome.
That's good stuff, bro.
Can I say something to Graham, please?
No,
Sure. You mean Mr. Nolan?
Mr. Nolan.
Mr. Nolan.
Come,
please.
I just want to say, like,
Nolan.
it was a huge honor when you followed me on Twitter. I don't know how that happened, but all right, can you blow me up, please?
Hey guys.
God. I can see it now.
Like, so I have some of your work here.
My first work at Marvel.
Yeah. Do you see people think that I don't know stuff? Am I able to send this to you and have you sign it and send it back to me? I don't know what your fee is for that, but I would be honored to have you sign this comic.
Could handle this in a DM. That's the book you want signed?
It's a Transformers one. It's like one of your first. It's pretty awesome.
It was the first, yeah. Yeah, I did that when I met my wife.
So is that a yes?
How many people, of all the people that come and have you sign comics, Graham, how many is that fucking Transformers issue?
Exactly. That's why it would be special.
3.
Three.
Is that a yes?
That's
Sure.
like that's like
All right.
that's like getting Michael Jordan to sign a fucking Dennis Rodman jersey.
Your voice cracked when you,
Not a lot
your
of
voice
people would
cracked
have
when
this.
you tried to humiliate me. You voice cracked. That just shows you that you're jealous. That's all I'm saying. So
Very
there it
jealous.
is. I got the comic. Nobody here has any Graham comics, do they? Maybe Gary. Maybe Eric July. I got one. I'm
in my
just
long
saying.
boxes in my storage unit, I did.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Thank
Jay.
you. I'll send a special DM for the address. Thank you.
His handlers just messaged me and said, "Why the hell have you put our client in this position?" So
How do I
love the
get off
Transformer
this
comic. I have like 1 through 55. Like I have like all of them.
only
Anyway.
Jay. Only Jay. How,
That's awesome.
other than that, Jay, how the hell are you? Being a multimillionaire and
Doing
everything
good,
off of your
man.
comic
Yeah,
campaign.
things are good. Things are really good. Things are really good. So
75K, man. I'm proud of you, man.
yeah, it looks like
That's
we might
awesome.
hit 80 by the end of the
Mhm.
month. That's pretty awesome.
That is awesome.
Pretty
So
awesome. And it's ready to go. Like that's the thing. People like once it's done, it's going right to print and it's heading out. So people might get them early than what I originally planned. So I'm excited for people to have it in their hand and let me know what they think. So
it's good stuff, man.
we'll see how it goes. Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Fear the Beardo is here. What's up, man?
Nothing much. Everything's going good, just according to plan. So happy to be here on Tuesday night's main event, and that's about it. Let's get this thing started.
Are you ready to read some super chats later? Everybody liked you reading super chats more than Ryan, I think. So
I have them pulled up, so I'm ready. If
Oh shit!
so, just say
Sounds
when,
like I can leave
and
early.
just say when, and then I'll be ready.
We got someone who might be a regular every other week or month. Gary from Nerdrotic. This is the young and up and coming YouTuber, guys. Like, you're gonna like this guy. He just needs a signal boost. I'm just here to kind of give him a little boost on his channel. He's struggling to get views right now, struggling to get live stream viewers. So I'm here to help this guy out.
Are you talking
So
about Gary?
it's all sarcasm.
That's
Jay.
the worst joke, man. That guy is killing it, man. Every video is like a mini movie. It's freaking awesome. If you're not subscribed to Nerdrotics, what the heck are you doing with your life? His live streams are epic. Nobody plans their live streams when he goes live because they know Gary's live. That's the channel. That's what you have to say. You don't come up with the same old stale joke of
Jay is
wanna
trying
have a-
his hardest to get on FNT right now.
Sam,
Jay is trying so fucking hard to get on FNT.
I've been on it. I've been on
Oh
it.
my
He wants
goodness!
money from
If
Gary.
it
He wants
weren't
to win
obvious,
money from
if it
Gary.
weren't obvious, that was Jay's attempt to get on FNT.
You have
right
seven-
now.
$75,000, man. You don't need Gary to lend you money. Come on.
Shameless.
Oh my! I can't say anything nice.
I've never
seen
I
David
asked for
fired
an
up about-
autograph. I asked for an
lovers.
autograph because I'm a fan.
Can
and
we
then
can we let the biggest YouTuber on the panel talk
All right.
now?
All right.
Hi, Gary.
Oh, I'm a little uncomfortable right now. Hi, thanks for having me on, Jeremy. Progress, not perfection. We say it in the program, and it's my favorite saying because that's my life. I'll never be perfection. Always late. But thanks for having me on with my boy Graham. I'm so excited. I get to talk to two comic book artists, two legends. So I just talked to Kelly Jones. Now I get to talk to Graham again. Rings of Power, killed a horse, caught on fire, and now we found
Marvel's
out nobody
dying.
watched it. Disney's imploding right now. I don't know what to do with myself. I am so happy all the time.
I called Gary the other day. I was like, dude, because we started this daily stream. Me and Ryan do the daily Geeks Gamers daily, and like for the first like 6 or 7 shows, all our show was how bad Marvel was and how it's terrible and it's falling apart. I'm like, are we gonna have another topic? And I'm like, Gary, I called Gary. I'm like, dude, how good is it for you right now? Because Marvel is just collapsing beyond belief. He's like, oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So I know it's good for you, man. So good to have you on.
I wish it was otherwise, but after they've treated the fans the way they have for years, now I don't care. I am fanning the flames and enjoying it, having a good time because they seem to have a very good time calling us out all the time. And,
That's right.
We tried to warn them. They didn't listen.
That is true. That is true. So it's look, it's going to continue getting worse, a lot worse. It's not going to improve anytime soon. Although I do think it will improve in time. I just don't think it's going to improve in the next year or two. I think we still got a couple of years of bad shit, and it's going to give opportunities for some of the creators on this platform right here that we're talking to really capitalize. We do have some guy with hair, and I guess he has a song or two. His name's Dan Vask. Hi, Dan.
What is up? Hey, it's been a long time, right? It's been a few months.
Well, I stream with you every other fucking day on video games, but now hit you on main event. So
I was supposed to be here once a month initially, but yeah, it was my fault being playing too much video games. But no, I've actually been working a lot and doing some music. I was working with Mr. Eric July. I had to interrupt that a little bit for working on my next project, which was a little bit more time constraint. But yeah, I appreciate you having me here, even with a full panel full of legends. I'm honored.
Legends.
Good to have you here, man. Good to have you here. The light-skinned one himself, Epic Mike. Hi, Epic Mike.
Wow, I did not expect that intro. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've never said that to you. I've never said that one.
Well, we try to keep the light skin thing. We talk about that in other panels because a certain somebody here apparently hates me because of that. I've been seeing a lot of that recently all over Twitter. Did you know that Eric July guy is racist? I heard him talk about these light skinned people. He doesn't like them. I'm like, yeah, man. Rip has been nothing but cruel to me in my existence. Yeah. Listen, it's been good. Been very busy with Epicverse stuff. It's just ramping up, and every time one of these studios fucks up or drops the ball, somebody else goes, "What are you guys gonna do about this?" I'm like, "I don't know, man. Like, I can't keep up with their failures. I'm just trying to do my own thing." But you know what? It just means that people are hungry for good stories, and that's what we want to give you. That's what we're working on. That's what we're trying to do. And I kind of love Twitter because I love getting responses from people going, you guys aren't going to make $250 million movies. I'm like, yeah, I'm aware, but like those guys are making them and they're failing. So I guess you don't need $250 million to make a good movie. So I guess we get to prove that now. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for Epicverse. I've seen some of the stuff you guys got going on, and obviously we're involved in that a little bit with Geeks and Gamers and looking to get further involved. But man, exciting stuff. Man. So good to see you, bro. Yeah. The Puerto Rican pistolero Rolo from Locked and Loaded Latinos. You know how we do the intro.
Of course.
Puerto Rico. Here we go.
We are also praying for the people of Puerto Rico. We love Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. And we also love Puerto Rico.
Never gets old, man. I love it. I love it.
It only gets better after the.
It does.
We also love Puerto Rico.
And the little giggle at the end.
He used to only have the first half, and I was like, Jeremy, you got to put the full thing because it's even better at the end.
It's even better. It's even better.
I love it. I'm doing good. It was great to meet a few people this weekend over at Megacon. We had a good time over there. You guys had a panel. It was great to be there and watch everybody. We met a ton of people at City Walk as well. That was great. I've got my dramatic lighting because it's a watershed moment in American history here, so I've got to have the red and the blue. So.
I heard that. It is crazy.
So I've got the dramatic lighting in the chat. I know they're asking. I was like, no, I'm just doing this. This is solidarity right here.
Yeah. Megacon was great. This is our first main event since then. We had a great panel. We had a packed room. Had great questions, great enthusiasm from the fans. So really appreciate everybody that tuned in. And at live stream, we had a great live stream. So that was awesome. You're going to see us more at different cons as time permits. So that's good stuff. And we are joined by a comic book legend. And it's pretty crazy that this guy actually wants to come on our little Geeks and Gamers channel because he's a fucking legend. And he's making waves right now with a lot of projects. Mr. Graham Nolan. Hello, sir. Welcome to Geeks and Gamers.
Well, hello. It's so great to be here.
Yeah, man, it is awesome to have you on. So I apologize for Jay.
I'm sorry, I got a little excited.
Yeah, I apologize for that. But other than that, it's great to have you on.
Sure.
I know you just had a campaign that closed. Do you have anything else you want to tell our audience about before we get this party started? And we'll talk about it later on too.
Sure. Yeah, I've got I just closed Joe Frankenstein. We hit $105,000 on that. It was a 30-day quickie. And actually the files just went to the printer today, so that thing's going to turn around fast. Part 2 will be launching soon, and the sign-up sheet is up on Indiegogo, so you can sign up for that one ahead of time. And then I have another live campaign, The Ghost of Matacumba Key, which is shadow banned because I guess I'm a bad boy. So you'll need the link to find that one.
Okay.
So if the mods could put that in there for everybody, they can get the link there. And that's the book that's going to tie all my Nolanverse projects together. It'll make everything understand why and how they all interact together.
Okay. And we already got mods dropping links, so you guys feel free to share those out on social media. Continue to share those all throughout the stream, and we'll do whatever we can to get a few more eyes on any of those projects, man. So
thanks, bro. That's
great to have you on. Great to have you on. So there's a lot going on. I understand that there's probably another stream that people are pretty interested in right now going on, and I totally understand that. I guess I'll talk to Don about not streaming over me in the future, but he kind of had an important day, so I'm gonna forgive him. We'll be doing a Cobra Cast later tonight to cover all of that. So, but this is obviously the Geeks and Gamers Tuesday night's main event. We talk about a nerd shit over here. Obviously, if there's anything else you guys want to discuss, feel free to do that within the chat. And but today, I was informed that Ryan pissed off Twitter weirdos once again, and it's something Ryan is very good at. In fact, got this right here. What do you call a group of Ryans? A clan.
Clan with a K.
So, Ryan, why don't you tell everyone what happened?
It's not even like I'm trying. I barely tweet. I fucking like never tweet anything. I'm just fucking grinding out videos. And I get clipped on not even my own channel, but on Geeks and Gamers. Jeremy barely got a word in, but we might as well fucking talk about this shit. So I would imagine when DC debuted the Blue Beetle trailer, they were hoping people would be talking about, Blue Beetle, considering that's the character that's supposed to be featured. But instead, they were talking about the last line, George Lopez making a joke, Batman is a fascist. And that's how DC decided to end that trailer. A lot of people, put in their 2 cents, myself included. And we got clipped right here, Jeremy. George Lopez saying Batman is a fascist had this motherfucker riled up. I need more lines like that from the movie if they're freaking out like this. And we may as well listen to me and Jeremy.
I had some really good commentary.
Yes, you did. I agree. At the end, the Batman is fascist at the end is just, this is pandering to these stupid fucking 20-year-old furry profile picture, she, them, don't know what your fucking gender is, don't buy comics, don't have money to go to movies. That's who that fucking shit is pandering to. Batman is a fascist. Fuck off with that. That was just my little rant, which would have just been whatever, just another Twitter video that people, a lot of people are watching. However, Angel Manuel Soto decided to respond, laughing emojis, well, my job's done. If you don't know who this is, I don't fucking blame you because it's much of a name, but this is actually the director. This is the director for Blue Beetle that responded in this way. And we found out a little bit more about the director from Blue Beetle, which, this tweet that was still active all the way up until, I don't know, about 12 hours ago or so when he deleted it. Mm-hmm. The only thing I hope Trump has similar to Lincoln's presidency is the way it ended. This Angel Manuel Soto, however the fuck you say his name. Now, a lot of people are finding out different things about this dude, including he thinks that Puerto Rico is a slave colony to the United States. All these things. This is what we found out because he decided that it was funny that people are upset about his trailer. But this is just more the same from DC and from comic creators, from these people who get in these properties. And as he's said multiple times, he cares about social justice. So I can only imagine what it'll be in Blue Beetle.
Well, it's a comic creator going after fans. It must be a Tuesday.
Guess
what, Angel? Your job is done because James Gunn is not going to pick you back up for a director. Blue Beetle is not part of his plan. So enjoy unemployment.
Yep, absolutely. And like Ryan took so much joy. I could tell. He's like, "Did you see what happened?" I said, "No." And so Ryan knows this. Every single time that some Hollywood weirdo or some creative weirdo starts ranting and screaming about anything, I type their name with Trump every time just to see what horrible shit they've said about Trump every time.
CDS victim.
And they almost always have the most horrific things that they say about Trump, while also talking about being nice and not being toxic and all of this. So finding this out was glorious. But I gotta toss it over to Graham. I mean, this is your world. This is what you've seen.
Hey, don't throw me in this world.
Not, you know what I mean, though. You know, with the way that they just attack the fans, and they have their political ideologies and all of that. So what do you think about this whole Batman is fascist and all this nonsense?
Well, it's typical. I watched that trailer yesterday for the first time, and I was so underwhelmed by everything, from the CGI to the storytelling. Oh, look, it's another reluctant hero who's on a hero's journey. That kind of Campbell bullshit. We've seen that a million times. Who cares? You know what? When I see a Western and there's a badass gunslinger, I don't want to see him as a fuck up learning how to shoot guns. I want to see him as a badass Western gunslinger. Same thing with superheroes. I'm tired of the journey and watching them be reluctant and learning their trade, and they're flying around and banging into walls and stuff. And then we're supposed to rally behind them at the end. Screw that. I want to see Superman be Superman. I want to see Batman be Batman. Give him a good story and have them go out there and kick some ass and do something heroic. And by heroic, I mean, you know, beating up bad guys and not, using the proper pronouns for somebody.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Rip has said this 1,000 times. If you're dealing with Marvel, you're dealing with DC, you're dealing with Star Wars. It's layups at this point. It ain't complicated. Tell good stories. You've already got a fan base. You've already got lore, history. It's a layup. And they still can't get it done. And then when they do mess up and when they just hit the layup on the bottom of the rim, it's the racist fans' fault for not doing that. I know Ripa made a video about this, the whole thing. So you've talked about this dude before, right?
Yeah,
Ripa?
I talked about. It's funny, like everybody's recovering this. I covered this shit like a while back when it was like announced that he was a part of it. Like some of the weird
tweet
this guy was in. Yeah, like I talked about this in in a stream. And it was cool to see it kind of blow up again, but you know, it is what it is. But I mean, to Graham's point, to everybody's point, we've all kind of talked about this type of shit until we're blue in the face, and how these people kind of make material to piss off what they deem as the right types of people. And obviously, if you're going into it with that kind of line of thinking, oftentimes in this case, you're pushing out a particular audience. So of course people see that with the Batman is fascist thing. You have that in combination with the director and his dumb shit. So now people are putting two and two together, like, yeah, that's more than likely why that line's in there. Of course, it's Hollywood. All y'all think this goddamn same anyway. The angle that I took in my video when I discussed this was like there's so many instances of this in Hollywood, and it goes to show who they favor. And why I tell people to act accordingly, right? Gina Carano, we keep having to refer to her because she's such a blatant example, took a mild position on a mild meme, and you saw what happened to her. These motherfuckers are talking about assassinating the goddamn president. Pedro Pascal likens half of the voting population to Confederates and fucking Nazis, right? Like, he gets to do that, and there's zero consequence. These guys get all the gigs. So this is what I'm trying to snap people into reality. Like, these people fucking hate you, but not just that. It's that the type of like playing field that we're on, it's not even by any means. I think that people would be able to stomach even some of the more subtle political shit if there was more balance. But there's no balance. It's slanted one fucking way, and it's only coming from that angle as deemed as the acceptable line of thinking politically. Going back to another movie, which I know I covered it. I think Ryan, you covered the Miles Morales trailer as well. Did you cover the Spider-Verse?
I haven't done a standalone video, but yes, the trans kids.
Yeah, and also with the BL, he has like a BL. I didn't talk about it in my video. Got some BLM bullshit on his notebook. Like, these guys are like basically just whipping it out, and they like don't give a fuck about, hey, who the fuck cares? And I think these guys should see economic punishment for it. And hopefully, we have a bunch of creatives here. We got Graham. Obviously, we talked about all the projects you're involved on my channel as well. And Jay's got his thing. We see Dan Vast doing this music thing. We got the epic verse. Everybody, we got a lot of talent here that are just able to kind of do their own thing and make just some good shit just rise from the ashes. But even despite taking the L's where they've taken them, it does not look like they're going to change course at all, which is quite remarkable.
It is, and I mean, like we'll probably talk about this a little bit later, but like what you saw with Bob Iger and the shareholders and how they were questioning him and how he just completely just doesn't care, you know. Yeah, he didn't. He didn't give a damn.
I wonder if they start doing away with that ESG money, whether companies will then have to be forced to report to their shareholders and be held accountable for the loss of revenue that these companies go through. They'll take losses and have that money made up and look as a profit with the ESG money coming in, these government loans. And to me, they're just promoting all this ideology with no consequences under them.
Yeah,
because how can any company do that? How can any company that has to report to shareholders and stockholders report losses on publishing? Let's say like DC Comics. I mean, it's a complete loss for them. How can they do that? How can they say, you know, they have the money's coming from somewhere, and you know, as they say, show me the money.
Why would any Republican be a shareholder in Disney right now? I don't even know that. I mean, for one, I am not a financial advisor, but it's a company, and you're going to lose money. They rebooted a CEO. They thought that was a good idea. They're rebooting everything. Let's reboot a CEO. I'm glad Bob's here to oversee his failures now, but Disney is not changing at all, and they are gonna they have no choice because corporations are risk averse. And right now, what Eric was talking about, they have made it so poisonous to even admit you're on the right, you're a center. It's getting close to classic liberal. I think it is classic liberal at this point. We're starting to see them that the people who are sick of this, who still work in the industry, who's, you know, talk to us through back channels and stuff, are afraid to say anything. They can't say anything. That's not a good environment. It's not good for the country. You know, whether we like it or not, pop culture, Disney, they're institutions. I mean, Disney owns a huge tracts of land in Florida still. Now they're just going to have to pay taxes like the rest of us. But for it's like it's going to have to come from the shareholders or people just like seriously backing out on Disney. You're also going to see other companies who are more desperate trying to change, but they're still going to do it in a way where they can kind of have their cake and eat it too, right? There's which is fine if it's balanced, but there is no balance, and there's no balance in our country. And I was on an interview yesterday, and they asked me like how much Hollywood has impacted the division in our country. It's huge. It's a major part of the division in our country. It's feeding that division every single day. That's why we call it out.
Yep. It's all about it's all about the ideology for them, and that's where it's gotten. It's basically a color revolution that these companies are so afraid of because it's come from the grassroots. They've already embedded ESG systems, like Graham said, into a lot of this, and that's what it is. It's the fear that they've created. And somehow with social media having this power, they just see that as a reality. So, you know, the crazy ideologues on that side are willing to go out there. They're willing to protest. They're willing to boycott. They're willing to try to shame people online. And that basically puts fear into the hearts of these people. And they just basically are co-opted and held hostage by this. And that's the only reason I can explain why they're willing to lose the money. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't make sense for a company to, you know, it's not sustainable for this to happen. So the only way that works is you've seen it in a bunch of other countries when they're trying to overthrow a regime or something like that. Nothing matters. It's not logical because it's all a means to an end. And whether Disney or these companies are truly involved in that, or they're just being, you know, pulled up into it and being, you know, kind of getting cast away with the current, the end result is pretty much the same. And that's what we're seeing here with all of this.
I mean, for me, I think that I don't want to give them too much credit because I think we give them too much credit as if there's like these. I understand the grand scheme, but having interacted with some of these people, I think we should also just admit that they have a bunch of retards working.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think that's a big part of it.
Oh, you haven't?
Well, it's like these guys are fucking retarded, and we have to treat them as such. And what I'm meaning when I say that is that it's some things when you're a logical person, and people that, let's say, are not leftists tend to do this, and they have it bad, and it's not a bad trait to have, but you have to assess your enemy differently than what you would, let's say, an ally or someone that at least has gotten to their positions by way of reason. These are very illogical people, And considering that these illogical people are in positions of power, they are going to do illogical shit. And the benefit that Disney has is that they have their parks. I know Jay's really tied into that sort of stuff. It's still making them a little money. They can still subsidize stuff that, a lot of the failures that they have by other channels, right? So mega corporations that at least have one revenue stream that is at least somewhat consistent are able to lay duds elsewhere. That's not to say that it's sustainable. That's to say that they can get away with it longer than, let's say, what an individual, more private institution is able, let's say, to do. But I think oftentimes, because we're logical, we're like, hey, man, there has to be, these guys are doing shit that is so obviously stupid. There has to be a grand scheme as to why. And that's not to say that a lot of people aren't ideologically obsessed. I'm saying that I think the retardation, we're not paying enough attention to that. And that is that they have neon colored haired fucking weirdos that are working in positions of power within these companies that call shots, that get paid, let's say, to identify markets, and they're bad at their jobs.
Yep.
I remember talking about I think it was Warner's whatever fake ass job, chief of advertisement,
chief of marketing. I remember when you on LinkedIn when you pointed that out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think because we were on when we looked at that, and I was like, look at this. This is not a person that's qualified for this position, right? By any means.
23-year-old girl just out of school.
Out of school, not at all qualified, but that's the person that's making the decision. So, to Rolo's point, when you look at looking at social media, that's why they're able to read that, and they think, well, this must be the direction where the company's going. And they've convinced higher ups, like, well, this is what's going to make us money, because all of these weirdos on, let's say, TikTok have pronouns in the bio, and this is the type of stuff that's intriguing, despite it, in actuality, turning off large swaths, of the individual audience. So, this is my, sign off on it. Like, this is why I'm constantly telling people that are up and coming, like, dude, social media is both a tool, but it also can be very, very tricky. Don't trick yourself into thinking that a view or a retweet translates in a sale, translates into people giving put money, like putting their hands in their pockets and wanting to voluntarily pay you. Those are two completely different things. And that's where Disney and the likes and the Warners, they've painted themselves in a corner, appealing to a bunch of broke. Really, they ain't even got capital like that, but they're loud as a motherfucker on these various forms of social media.
And they don't even
when you don't work, you got plenty of time to tweet. So.
And they have no desire to work. Money is not something they're interested in.
They're anti-work.
They're all in. And somebody just mentioned in the chat, and you're right. Sorry, I didn't see the name, but yes, the radical left is winning the culture war and has been for a long time. Doesn't mean we don't fight. Doesn't mean we don't speak up. Doesn't mean we don't fracture this. And I think that's the breaking up Hollywood is what's going to happen. I don't think we're going to have a central, and I'm all for decentralization. I'm down with it. And I think we'll have a bunch of little Hollywoods, a bunch of epic verses, a bunch of independent comics, and that's how we'll get our entertainment. And we'll get our news the same way. We'll have Cobra Cat, and that's where we get our news.
Well, and somebody.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, somebody the other day, I was talking to somebody, and somebody asked me, like, well, aren't you worried about competition and stuff? I'm like, no, not at all, because if I know, if Ripa succeeds and does well, that's awesome, because I know him, I know what he's about, I know what he's doing. So these small pockets of communities, we've all got each other's backs. Every time one of us succeed, all of us succeed, because we've all got each other's backs. That's not how Hollywood operates. They don't want these other companies to succeed. That's why you see Disney buying up all these other, these failed, studios that were struggling, didn't have any money, because they're like, nope, we'll consolidate it all. We'll own it all, because we don't want competition. Competition is bad for us, And the thing is, this is a thing that I learned a while ago with writers and in writers' rooms and things like that. And we just saw it recently with NPR laid off a bunch of people and they got called racist for laying off a bunch of people because a lot of these people hired these terrible writers or these young people straight out of college, straight out of film school, all this stuff like that, and they thought they were doing a good job. They thought they were giving opportunities to people that were disenfranchised. We're trying to help these people. We're really trying to, and now they walk around in these rooms and these people are spouting off terrible ideas, but they know that if anybody criticizes them, they'll just call you racist or sexist, and they'll get a mob on Twitter to come after you. Yep. You'll lose your job, and then one of them will take your job and hire more of their friends.
It's fear. It's not a meritocracy. Yep. These are box checking is what they're doing. Yep. And Hollywood is narcissistic, as Eric said, retards. And they don't want to give credit to anybody else. They're greedy. And to give you a perfect example, if you have a project on a desk in Hollywood, and that executive gets shit canned, well, everything on that guy's desk goes with him.
Yes,
because the next guy coming in doesn't want to have a success on something this guy started and have to give the credit to him. That happened with me with Monster Island. I had that up at DreamWorks, and Steven Spielberg read it, and he said, this is how we should have ended Jurassic Park 3. We go to contract on it and everything, and I'm waiting. Lawyer calls me back, and I said, well, where's the contract? He says, yeah, well, such and such, got let go. I'm like, okay, so where's the contract? Well, he got let go, so your project went with him.
Damn it.
Oh, okay, great.
Graham, I was talking to Kelly earlier, and he kind of walked us through the creative process at DC Comics, like back in the day.
Yeah.
And how you and Denny O'Neil was around, and Doug Mensch, and you all kind of fed off each other. And there was the word, for one, I heard a ton of gratitude. I've heard that from you. I've heard that from him, which is what we don't hear anymore. But you inspired each other. He equated it to a baseball team, right? Like, hey, I want to be the one hitting the home run in the bottom of the ninth, but I still, I also want to get Graham in from second. And it's like, that's how it worked. And
the rising tide lifts all boats.
Yep. Yes. And you also used to give each other a bunch of shit all day. And that's gone. That kind of workplace is gone. But that's how, you guys were more like, you were very blue collar, like comic book artists back then were very,
absolutely.
And that's why a lot of us blue collar guys identified with you. We saw the work ethic. Yeah. We also loved it. And I was poor as shit, so all I had to enjoy was comics at the time.
And you know what changed that? Image money.
Yeah.
All that money that came in with Image, and then the next generation came up, and they were thinking there was the whole rock star attitude, Wizard magazine, boosting up personalities and all that kind of stuff. And the hardworking blue-collar guy trying to pay bills and put their kids through school, wasn't looking at this as a career to do that. They were looking for a stepping stone, to go on to other bigger things and to make a ton of money. When I came into comics, there was no money. There was no royalties. I didn't even know what they got. You got paid for a page rate, and it wasn't great. But but I loved it. I and this is what I wanted to do, and so I worked hard, and and it worked out for me. But I never went into it for the money or for fame or for some rock star bullshit,
No, you guys are fans. You're still fans, and that's why you guys are still working now and doing.
I go out back and shovel my dog shit.
Yeah. Well, like earlier, we're talking about like decentralization, and that might seem kind of far fetched to some people in terms of like Hollywood and all that, but it's like, look at the media layout right now. Yeah. And so when I was doing Cobra Cast earlier today, someone said, hey, Jeremy, because they were complaining because I was watching Fox News for the Trump stuff. And I was like, well, I don't want to watch CNN or MSNBC, and Right Side Broadcasting is not really covering this particular focus. So I'm doing it because of the angle that they have. And they said, well, who should we watch? What news organization should we watch? And I'm like, well, they all suck from the mainstream standpoint. But I was like, there's not really one I would point to, because I don't think there is one you can trust. I think there's I just look at a ton of different content creators. Now, unfortunately, the majority of these people are still tied to YouTube, but that still just shows you the ability is there. And now, like, I don't watch the mainstream media to get my news. I watch, as much as I crap on him all the time, I do watch Tim Pool's show. I watch Benny Johnson. I watch a lot of these different people and gather my, information, and then I'm able to formulate my opinion through that. And that's what decentralization is in a lot of ways, in terms of the information being delivered by so many people. And the mainstream is dying. right now. The mainstream media is dying, and they're desperate, and they're angry, and they're frustrated that they don't have the influence they had. And that just shows you that the opportunity for that type of stuff is out there from an entertainment standpoint. It's a lot more difficult because, you know, you have to, especially like something what Ripa's doing, that's not just easy. You can't just wake up and create your Ripaverse. Like, that was a lot that went into it.
Yeah.
And I know the people that hate Ripa like to simply just think, oh, well, he just did it because he has a big YouTube channel. It's like, do you know how he got a fucking big YouTube channel? He
Like, I
worked
ain't
at
been
it
here
for a
for
long
what?
time.
It's
you know?
closing in on 16 fucking years I've been on this goddamn website.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
this was a goddamn journey, and these guys don't have fucking an eighth of the damn work ethic that it is that I have. And that's what a lot of this, to your point, Jeremy, a lot of this stuff is going to look like. You know what I mean? It's going to look like a lot of hardworking stuff, hardworking individuals that are able to, and look, not everything is going to be just so wildly successful, but that doesn't mean there isn't an audience for it by any means. And it's going to look different. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a gorgeous thing. You're not maybe going to get these, like, you know, we're looking at a couple of decades right now. It's not going to be possibly this just massive entities like the Disneys of the world that are just completely running the show. It'll be like a bunch of smaller entities that are doing very competitive things. And that's what the means had been decentralized already. Now we're looking at the actual economics of it all start to catch up, because people are able to, even with cameras being as cheap as they are, I know you understand this, Mike.
Yeah.
And that it's just opened a door for short filmmakers, right? Yep. And you see, like with internet in general, how it's given us, you know, Graham can speak to this, Jay can speak to this, a direct line of sight with our audience. Dan can speak to that as far as everything that we're doing. And this also serves as an advantage because, well, you're getting a generation of people coming up where they want that more personable content anyway, instead of that soulless, like, mega corporate shit. You know what I mean? Whereas with our stuff, it's like people know the owner of the Riververse, right? People know Graham and the Monsterverse and everything that it is, Nolan's verse, everything it is he's doing. You know who Mike is, you know who the people are, and you even get to interact with. I think that's more going to be the way of the future, and that's an advantage for a lot of these smaller entities, because that's an angle that the mega corporation cannot take. They can't possibly. There's too many layers of fat in between. It's impossible for them to have that direct line of sight, and that's an advantage. And it's scary, mainly to, like, you got to understand, like, when you wonder why people are so protective of the status quo that has been, it's because it's going to be a very unfamiliar world in the event that it ends. Right. So, of course, when you get, like, we just talked about Grace Rant, of course, they're going to be more protective of, like, the current structure and how it always is, because they benefit from it. Any event that gets axed, in the event that's done, there's going to be a lot of jobless people, but there's also going to just be a lot of sheer confusion. Me, obviously, as the anarchist here, I welcome that shit. I'm like, hell yeah. Like, if it's going to be the Wild Wild West and we're going to just figure this shit out, I welcome that, because may the best ideas thrive sort of in those conditions. So I absolutely welcome that.
And also, if you want to, no, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Dan.
No, also, if you want to know how the future of the entertainment industry in general looks like, take a look at the music industry. The music industry is a little bit more advanced in terms of, because of the nature of how it is, the kind of work it is to make a song, to make a track. It's easier than making a movie. So you look at the entertainment industry right now, the music industry right now, excuse me, I receive emails almost pretty much monthly of, like, agencies and record labels offering me deals that financially are not viable for me, are not interesting for me. It's more financially interesting to me to stay independent as an independent musician on the internet, on YouTube, than to join a record label where I'll have to tour, I'll have to travel, and the advancement in scrap. It's the money I will get by making, like, one video through 1 month. That video will make that amount of money. So it's like, I'm very optimistic towards the entertainment industry. I think we're walking towards that direction in general, and the music industry is proof of that. I think that will spread towards all the remaining industries.
You're absolutely right. I was going to bring it up earlier, because it's way more advanced, because it hit digital pretty much, you know, right around the time, right around the time publishing did. right? And there used to be like 4 or 5 record companies that ran everything, that absolutely ran everything. You had to have a contract with that gatekeeper, or you were just going to be a little local band. Well, now the little local band, the regional band, is going to be fine. You know, they can play a pub, 3 or 4 times a week and make a pretty good living at it. Dan can make a great living
make
on
internet
YouTube.
videos.
Yeah. Make videos, and that's what's going to happen to all of entertainment. Just music is much farther along because it's not as powerful as it used to be. It used to be probably arguably the most powerful entertainment industry. 70s, 80s, nothing was bigger than music. Everybody wanted to be a rock star, right?
Yeah, good point.
And music hasn't gone anywhere. It just changed, and I think it is finally starting to get better. Like I think I'm able to discover more like smaller bands and stuff, and a lot of them are really good, and that's what's good. What Chuck said, Graham, on the Real BBC a couple weeks ago was funny. He's like, the comic industry didn't die, it committed suicide. and self-inflicted after by 1,000 paper cuts. And now we're going to see just a fragmented comic industry. Marvel, Image, DC, and sadly things like Dark Horse that I loved are going to fade into non-existence. Dark Horse got bought by Embracer Group, which is just terrible. Image, I don't know. They've been terrible for years. That's
IDW has got to
be. IDW is held up by like a couple of IPs that's gonna be gone.
And it's like, Gary, there is still mainstream music. There's still mainstream music, but you find out that they now are having to catch up to the independent musicians. They are having to prove themselves financially and in terms of the opportunity that they supposedly have for you to be actually useful for you. They're having to fight against us in the meritocracy market now.
Dan, Graham and I remember a time when young people were in bands and selling out stadiums, not like 75-year-old bands that are 40 years old. And like there, you couldn't.
It only cost $10,
right? And you couldn't count how many super groups there were. Like it was massive, and now it's like what's her face is all of the top 10.
Taylor Swift.
But I'm thankful for Marvel and DC's ideological policies. It makes me happier than ever. After almost 40 years in this business, I've never been happier than creating my own stuff for myself. And that wouldn't have been possible if they didn't shit the bed. Because they had a stranglehold forever. They could control distribution. I mean, how this never got investigated by the government as a monopoly, I could never understand. Because you had the big two, you had some small independents, but they controlled Diamond, and at one time there was at least 4 distributors, and then they got all bought up. I mean, I don't know how they can get away with that. But the fact is that they did, and they had a stranglehold for so long, and they blew it. They had all the stuff, and right at the cusp of these multi-billion-dollar films, what do? They shit the bed in their product, in their publishing product, and start ruining all the stuff. And their sales figures have gone into the crapper, and people are out of work, people are unhappy, but fans are craving comics. They want good comics. They want to be entertained. They don't want to be. They don't want to read political polemics. And be told what shitty people and what a crappy America we live in. Because, like Superman, one time he gave up his U.S. citizenship over something. It's like, really, Superman? Fuck you.
Yeah, these clowns, man. Like, so, or somebody asked me, this was years ago, but they were like, because my channel got really. Everything I owe to The Last Jedi, pretty much, of being a terrible movie. But they're like, Jeremy, would you give up all of your success if you could get The Last Jedi a good version of it? I'm like, fuck no. Like, I'm not gonna Disney deserve anything. I'll take my money. No, I would not give up my success for Disney giving a good movie. That's their fault. I would never give up. I will gladly capitalize off of your disaster, and I will not apologize for it ever. Let me get to this right here. We got a big super chat from Rob Robinson. $200.
200.
Dang.
Drunk 3PO has earned his rights to be on FNT. You are lucky to have him for the kids.
Jay, Jay, I'm talking to you. You're just gonna nod. This is
I'm
live stream.
listening.
Said nothing.
It's
He's
too
like,
important now, Gary.
Nod-
It's too
for
important.
those of you listening at home, Jay nodded. Okay. You want to be on Friday Night Tights this week?
Hang on, before hang on. Herb says Jay just spent $200 to try to get himself.
One, that's got to go to me. No. You want?
Jay,
We had
be on
2 people
FT?
back out of the show this week. You want to be on?
Jay, you can be on the thumbnail.
Hey, Jay, you're the backup plan.
Plan B.
say yes.
He's plan
said
C
yeah,
because there were
sure.
2 people back there.
Those of you listening at home, he just nodded again.
Has there ever been a better time for him to join FNT right there with this campaign closing in the next couple of weeks? We could get you to 80K, bro. Let's go. Jay, it's happening. Your burner account worked. Just call you AOC. Just call you.
I don't
AOC,
want
burner
like
account.
Gary to think I like was
Jay, shut up.
telling people to like do that because like that's kind of. But I appreciate it.
He's like, you want to come on my show?
Jay's make a wish. Yeah,
Jay's like, well, see you later.
Yep. Just logs out. Leaves.
I appreciate it.
For years, but I guess whatever.
I said thank. I don't know what to say. Thank you.
He's gonna be on the thumbnail this time. He's never been on the thumbnail.
Well, let's not go
Nice.
crazy.
Oh
Don't
man.
exaggerate.
Don't exaggerate. We got our master Jay for 50.
50.
Says thank you again, Jeremy, Ryan, Jay, and the rest of the Geeks Gamers crew for an absolutely amazing MegaCon. You really are all fantastic people, and I am excited to see what y'all continue to build. Jeremy, I resent the email we had talked about for prosperity. I got you, man. I do remember us talking about that, and I will definitely take a look at that. I really, really appreciate
How'd the panel
that.
go?
So the panel went great.
tell me.
Really good.
Yeah, dude, I've been so busy. I like that stream of 4 streams a day at this point. But yeah, the panel, obviously I was like, we didn't promote it that much because I know how these blue-haired land whales are about tagging on Twitter. So I was like, what, let's just kind of just see how this goes. And we promoted it on our streams, but not really on social media. And yeah, we got there and there was a shit ton of people waiting to get into the room. And I'm like, wow, and then we live streamed it too. So we had a great live stream crowd. We had a full room of people, tons of enthusiasm, tons of Friday Night Tights fans, tons of Tuesday Night's Main Event fans. And me, Jay, and Ryan got up there. Literally at no point in time did me and Jay and Ryan ever talk about what we were going to talk about. We had no plan whatsoever, like none.
Mm-hmm.
And we just knocked it out for like 45 minutes, took some questions, got to meet people afterwards, and we did a post meetup at City Walk, Orlando. It was awesome. So
Awesome.
it was
Next time,
and they were
blast
really
out
happy.
And get the blue-haired land whales to bitch about it. Like,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
we need to happen, and then the panel happens anyway.
Yes, and then they get even madder. They
then
get
they get
even
even
madder. You'd love to see
Great,
it. As
great
Beetle
job.
would
Great
say.
job. I was
Yeah.
watching some of it on the live stream when I was driving.
Yeah.
I was on the road, but
Yeah, it was great. It was great. I was so happy and just humbled by our audience once again, as always.
The
They
best.
always step up. The best audience on the internet. Just another guy for $49.99. Hearing y'all talk about creativity and seeing real possibilities going our own way makes me pumped to try and work with y'all. Hell yes. And that's what it's all about. Like, I can only tell from my perspective. I'm just a dumb YouTuber. Okay. I'm not creative like a lot of the people in this panel. So, so I remember seeing other people, like I always talk about this. I was never a PewDiePie fan at all. I actually always kind of hated on PewDiePie until like he got attacked by, it was either the Washington Post or the Wall Street Journal. I can't remember which one. I think it's Washington
Wall Street
Post.
Journal. Wall Street
Was it?
Journal.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't, it's one of the others, but
The
they
Yahtzee
obviously
thing.
yeah,
right?
they called him the Yahtzee, and they said he was all these horrible
course.
things. And I'm like, how can the guy that has like 50 million subscribers be a fucking Yahtzee? That doesn't make any sense. So I started watching his content. It was pretty fucking based. He was making fun of the Respect Women, and he was calling out a bunch of stuff. I was like, holy shit, you can be successful on YouTube and call out all the bullshit? Well, maybe I can do it. And that's kind of what inspired me. So seeing people up here on this panel, obviously, whether it's Jay, whether it's Ripa, whether it's Graham, Dan's super handsome. We all know that. Fuck him. But it's
Thank
just
you.
like, but like
Got news
Graham
for
looks like the fucking Hulk anyway. I mean, he's like ripped from hell. But point being is that no matter who you are, you've got a background or you don't. Like Jay doesn't have a background in the industry. Look what he's done. You know what I mean? And so Ripa did all that from the ground up, and there's multiple ways to accomplish what you want to accomplish, and somebody like me should be proof that anybody can do it. And so the worst thing, the only thing that holds you back is fear. It's fear. And if you just get out there and just look, what you need to understand is it doesn't matter what your opinion is. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter who you vote for. It doesn't matter who you fuck. Somebody's going to make fun of you. So just be yourself and not apologize. That's all you got to do. Just don't apologize for it. Like, fuck them. You're going to find people that are going to connect with you, and you're going to be able to see your creative vision go forward. And so don't let the fear hold you back. That's what I would say. So,
well, the thing too, like, risking things and taking a risk like that, even if a lot of people in the industry today are so fucking weak and brittle that if their failure is the worst thing that could happen to them, they'll fall apart, they'll crumble, they won't try anymore. They have to have people around them constantly validating them and stuff. That's not how this works. You got to step out. You got to take the risk. And if you fail, then get the fuck back up and keep going. Try something different. Figure out why you failed. Talk to people about it. Because the thing is, once again, like we said, you have access to, like, you can reach out to people like me. Epicverse has an email. We check our emails. We talk to people. People DM me, hey, what do I got to do to get started, and blah, blah, blah. The thing is, if you fail and you give up, then it really wasn't a dream and you really weren't serious. And most people in this industry today will give up at the first sign of trouble. That's why all these people fail upwards. You'll see somebody make a movie that tanks, or you write a terrible movie, or bankrupt a company, and then the next they get hired, and now they're the producer of something else. Like, it's just all them protecting each other and validating each other. And a lot of these people don't have like the actual like drive to fail at something and go, hey, you know what? All right, I failed. It's all right. I'm going to learn from it. I'm going to get better, and then I'm going to make something even better than what I tried to do last time.
I mean, like, success is not easy. So people that are willing to overcome obstacles and grind through it, those are the people that are going to succeed. And the people that don't, they become trans. I mean, that's just kind of what happens, and then they go and dominate, women's sports. So that's your answer right there. And
hey, Jake the Viking on the chat.
Jake the Viking in the house. What's up, Jake?
Oh, yeah.
He said,
to check your phone.
He said, check your phone.
Jared,
all right,
Jake went through, hell the past today. He was squatted.
Yes.
He was in his home, and then they went after his parents, I think.
What?
Yeah, they spotted his parents.
Spotted his parents.
Why?
So
Jake the Viking?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. So
when he was live on Kick, and they kicked his door in. Like, you should see it. It's crazy. Like, he literally had their guns, and it's all recorded. They're making him walk backwards, outside, and
he has one of
people
those
the people
cameras.
that do that, they should be held to the highest court of. I mean, that he could have been.
Yep. That's attempted murder.
To be fair,
It is.
Listen,
really
I understand. It's a fair point, Jay. But held to the highest court. Unfortunately, we have more pressing matters for our judicial system. Okay, we got to worry about hush money. Okay, so that's just not something we can worry about.
Bad.
So our judicial system's on top of things around here.
You're right.
But now the next thing, Ryan, did we have that story pulled up over the trans lives or trans kids from the Spider-Verse? And the reason I say that is, and guys, I'm not the type to show text messages, but Ripa has been talking about how excited he's been for Into the Spider-Verse Part 2 forever.
Yeah, dude, he's been blowing me up too.
I know. He won't stop. Like, you guys think Jay begs to be on FNT? Ripa's like, can I come on FNT? I want to talk about Into the Spider-Verse. I'm like, Eric, chill, bro. You're
like, we do a watch party. I'm like, bro, calm down.
Ryan, can you get that pulled?
I'm finding it. Yeah.
Shit.
I think Bounty has an article.
I got some breaking news. Miles Morales is Miles Morales.
Dude, I was streaming a Spider-Man game the other day, and I was complaining. I posted a clip on Twitter and Instagram about me complaining that I didn't want to play as Miles Morales because they have those parts that force you to play as Miles Morales, even though you signed up to play as Spider-Man. And I was complaining about that. And the post got a lot of traction. It seems there are a lot of people pissed off at that.
No, anytime you mention him, like that's interaction gold on Twitter.
Exactly.
Just mention him not being Spider-Man, or just mention him in any really sense. And I guess these just weirdos are just like searching his name and looking for shit to get mad at. It's quite remarkable.
I don't know if this is a typo or not, but Robert says the hardest part of drinking Bud Light is coming out to your parents that you're a transmission. I don't know if he meant transmission or not, but I think we understand where you're going.
Politically correct.
Always manual. Always manual.
Always
manual.
Tends to be.
So this is Spider-Gwen in the new Into the Spider-Verse trailer, and look in her room there. Trans flag, protect trans kids. Trans kids. And if that wasn't enough, Miles, he's got a little BLM sticker.
That's what makes it even more hilarious.
Yep. Good Lord, man. They
can't
help themselves.
They can't
help themselves.
They can't help it. I like the fucking Into the Spider-Verse movie. I had no problem with it. But you know what? They couldn't build everybody's racist narrative around it. So now they got to put some bullshit into it. So now what's going to happen? Now they're going to pull all the cards. They're racist, they're sexist, they're anti-trans, they're anti-this, whatever, man. Holy shit.
In the trailer, the voiceover from his mom, you got all that right from the very first trailer where she ends it saying, "Don't let anyone tell you don't belong." And I'm like, what? For one, in context, what the hell is she talking about? Right. He's on a roof, and like she goes in this monologue that you don't belong here. What? Well, of course he belongs there. I mean, that's where he lives. What is she talking about? But I know what she's talking about. For one, they're talking about Miles Morales. They're getting all meta on us. And also, that's the first sniff of agenda I got from this.
Hey, if they wanted to be really brave, they should have put an NRA sticker on his book. Right? How do you think that would go over? I mean, it would make more sense. His dad's a cop. You know, it made more sense to the character than the kid having that.
Blue Lives Matter.
Yeah, exactly. Blue Lives Matter.
That remember here.
Man, remember when those subliminal messages were all about satanic shit and pornography? Good times.
Good old
when you just have a dick drawn into a fucking castle.
Exactly. It was just that.
Amy Pascal, who still kind of runs Spider-Man for Sony, because she backdoored her way, and she was smart when she got fired for God. We need another. The Sony leak was so good. It was so good. We need a Disney email leak. But yeah, she said something bad about Obama. She was no longer the CEO. But before she left, she put herself in charge of Spider-Man, which was a very smart move. She's an idiot. This is Ghostbusters 2016 lady. She's a freaking moron. So this doesn't surprise me at all that they'll take their golden goose. And even though they did make one movie better than Marvel, that they'll completely fuck it up. I mean, hey, it's always Morbin time.
Morbin time, man.
Fucking Shazam 2 wishes it was Morbin time.
I know, right? Yeah. Dungeons and Dragons didn't do much better.
No, it didn't.
It's like the political space. Look, these people always like to think that they're at the beginning of history and that everything that they're creating is new, unique, and it's the first time that it's ever been done. Because if they look back in history, they can't help but look and see like, wait, this is what people did in the past. This is why they were successful. This is why they weren't. They never want to look at that because they come into this being told you're correct about everything. Your opinion, you can be whatever you want. Your opinion is always correct. And anybody that stands against you is a bigot or a racist. And so they don't have that ability to really look into themselves and see that they're wrong or that they're failing because they've never had that. And that's the difference between really us and them, is that we can look back to the past and we can say, okay, here's where it worked out. These are the things you don't want to repeat. These are the mistakes that we don't make, and this is how we learn from them. And that's really what it is. We care about that knowledge. We care about traditions, values, things like that, and they don't. And that's part of what will eventually make them easy to defeat. Like Ripa said, they're a bunch of retards, and they're partially retarded because they don't care about the past. They don't learn their lessons. And just like every socialist leftist movement that's ever happened, it always fails. And they never learn their lessons. And thankfully they don't. The problem is that we have to deal with it every like 30, 40 years and like beat them back every time.
They lost their sensibility to cringe
back.
Yep.
Because that's where it all starts. They're creating these armies of kids that don't learn critical thinking. And so when the government tells them or somebody in authority tells them something, they take it at face value and they don't analyze what's being said and run it through their own filters. And that's how you get zombies, and that's how you get these people that vote Joe Biden into office. You know, who ran from his fucking basement.
Yeah,
Frankie
ran back in there to.
Yeah, there's no
Beardo.
criticism. There's no discipline. A lot of these kids didn't grow up playing sports. They weren't disciplined from their parents, and you know they can't take any of it. They've been told that you're right, and like Rolo said, that if somebody disagrees with you, there's something wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with what you did or what you said or your performance on the field. You know, maybe you fucking struck out 3 times and you do suck at making contact with the baseball. But no, it was the other team's fault. It was somebody else's fault. It was the coach's fault. It wasn't your fault.
Here's a trophy.
Yeah, and here's the trophy. And
Participation medal culture. Participation medal culture.
And the generation, you know, the generations now, they didn't have that discipline. They don't have that they can't take the criticism. And you know, we're reaping the consequences.
And it's like it's funny, like with the whole Disney thing, or excuse me, with this instance of Sony, like for me, obviously, as much as I ragged on this dog shit character, I vehemently, newsflash, disagree with Jeremy on the subject of the Spider-Verse. To me, that is the most overrated goddamn movie I've fucking seen in my life. I still have not forgiven my fucking audience for basically, this was long before I started like doing a lot of the videos that I did. They were like, hey, you should go see it. I promise you it's a decent version of the fucking character. I'm like, this is the same goddamn character I've been reading the comics. He's dog shit. There is no deviation. Maybe, you like him jumping off the fucking roof in Jordan 1s at 4 FPS, and that's all cool and shit. But as
the exaggerated swagger of a young black teen.
You like the exaggerated swagger of a black teen. But as far as the actual like movie, that is the most. I'm not gonna just sit up here and say it's dog shit, but it absolutely is the most overrated goddamn animation that I've certainly seen in recent years, as far as a movie. But for me, obviously, it wasn't like I was going to be seeing the goddamn shit anyway. You know, let's be honest here. But on a serious note, the whole trans kids shit is a non-negotiable issue for me, right? Yep. So when you have made it abundantly clear as a company, that's what you fucking support, I'm fucking out. Like, I would be out regardless. Like, so if I wasn't out before, like, this is that serious of a topic matter. When we're talking about literal child mutilation, this is stuff that we're talking irreversible damage. No such fucking thing as a goddamn trans kid. So to put that up there and like it and to continue to like normalize that type of shit, for one, it's validating all the what they call you religious zealots that said this was exactly what they were going to be fucking doing years to come. And here we are. It's not a slippery slope. It's a cliff that we're in a free fall. You couldn't even imagine 10 years ago that we'd be talking about fucking mutilating the genitals of goddamn children to like have them be whatever fucking gender that is. They think that they're, even as a kid, as a legitimate kid. Like, if look, you're 18, you're a grown adult, I might think you're still fucking goofy, but that's your right to do that. But that's not what we're discussing here. These fuckers are advocating doing this shit to people that cannot consent. That is a non-negotiable issue for me. I hope it would be for everybody else, but it certainly is a non-negotiable issue for me. So even if I was gonna go see that shit, once I saw that, I was gonna be out. I was gonna be out.
Yeah. It's like you don't let your kids decide if they're gonna drive or not before the proper age. You don't let your kids decide what they're gonna fucking have for dinner.
Yeah,
but sure, let them decide.
They don't know how to tie their
if they're gonna slash their peepees or not.
If your kid can't legally have sex, they probably shouldn't be cutting their dick off. Is that what you're saying, Dan?
Yeah.
It sounds logical. Exactly. It just sounds logical, but it's conflated because the alphabet mafia is pretty damn powerful in Hollywood, and this is backed by a lot of drug companies that are going to make a lot of money. Lifetime addicts.
And look at the suicide rates. Look at the suicide rates of these people that actually go through all that. You know, they think that they're finally getting what they want, and they get it, and then they realize
there's no change.
Still,
the data,
the mental illness is still there.
And that's the
higher suicide rates
about the gaslight of it all. You know what I mean? Like, I talked about this on my video when talking about this subject and how it's more of this sort of manipulative tactic. Obviously, the medical industry is a part of it, where they've essentially tried to weaponize that approach to what you're saying, Graham. And they will say, well, you must do this. So you can imagine, like, we talked to Chloe over at Blaze, who was detransitioning, right? We talked to her, and she would mention how you have the medical community essentially telling the parents that, well, she has to go through this because if you don't, she might basically self-harm. You know what I mean? Like imagine like how much of an evil piece of shit where you got to try to weaponize that against people to say, basically say, hey, you got to support the mutilization because, well, they might do something to themselves. Like what the fuck?
And in a way that is self-harm.
Yeah, that's very true. Psychologically at minimum.
Well, because they know
that's self-harm. They're fighting
nothing
self-harm with self-harm.
Nothing.
Bob Iger equated Disney's positions, by the way, I'm sure you all heard this just in case somebody didn't, to the civil rights movement.
Yes.
And what Disney was doing, not just the overall issue, what Disney was doing.
Yep.
Well, when he brought that into, we probably should play that audio really quick for the audience that hasn't heard it. But before, go ahead.
Yeah, Joe Biden said a few weeks ago, he said what Florida has done is sinful. And that's what they're doing. They are evangelizing their own movement. That's what it is. It's a religious cult movement for them at this point. And that's why they're using, look at the language that they use. It's the language of both a religion and a cult. That's what it is. And their totem is the trans child. That is the totem with which that they're pushing forward. That's what they worship. That's what they need. That's what they want. And that's why they're so vehement about it.
It's amazing to me.
They will be on to another totem later too. After
it's a sacrifice
of kids, it's a total sacrifice.
Yep, that's what it is. It's a child sacrifice of the 21st century.
Yeah, how they'll go after people that are politically aligned with freedom and liberty and do whatever the fuck you want to do when you're an adult. And they'll say, well, you guys are fascists and you won't let people do what they want to do. Like, you're the one politicizing children.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
You're the one saying they have to do this. You have to let them do this. And they're also the one saying your kids don't belong to you. They belong to the state. The state knows better than you. These teachers will nab your fucking kids. They'll find out they'll find their weaknesses. They will psychologically indoctrinate them with their ideas and their ideologies. And then they'll tell you, you know what? You don't get to know and you don't get to decide this for your kids. And then turn around and look at the people that are going, when you're an adult, do whatever the fuck you want. Nobody, like, that's beside the point. That's nobody's going to sit there and look at you and go, hey, you're an adult. You can't do that for yourself to yourself. Cut your dick off if you want. Nobody gives a fuck. But don't touch kids. Leave kids the fuck alone.
They couldn't do it. That was
they don't want
like they couldn't, like you couldn't, like, I mean, dude, that should have been, that was certainly obviously non-negotiable. But dude, the fact that the children couldn't be off limits goes to show what their ultimate goal was. You know what I mean? That's exactly what, and it's sick, not just in what it is they're doing, but why? Because it's really just to validate themselves. That's why they go after.
There we go. Exactly.
You know what I mean? To try to validate themselves. It's a very impressionable a group of people. They're like sponges, definitely children and stuff. So they're trying, and they're doing it all so they can legitimize themselves as adults into whatever fucking weird shit it is they're into. Which is
it's like the drag shows. At the drag shows at these kindergartens. You know, you have to ask yourself, why do you want to perform in front of children?
That's a good point.
Yep.
And that's
That's
why the universities and school districts are specifically looking at these people who they look at their voting history. They look at what university they graduated from. They want these people who are going to be impressionable on kids, and then they put them in that position to manipulate these young kids.
You got to defund schools. You got to you got to get your kids out.
You got to get them out, bro. You got to fucking get them out.
I did it. It wasn't easy. It costs money. And I tell you what, my kid has advanced more in the last year than he did in the last 4 because I got him out of a public school.
Hell yeah.
And
protect homeschooling rights at all costs. Protect homeschooling
you should know that,
rights.
definitely being in Brazil, man.
In Brazil, we cannot. It's illegal to homeschool in Brazil.
What? Really?
It's illegal to homeschool in Brazil.
That's
a parent
wild.
can go to jail.
Jesus.
For homeschooling here in my
country. There's a state again.
And we talked about logic earlier, and it's like, and there is no logic from these left-wing freaks. There's not logic. There's never has been logic. These are the weirdos that have decided that Eric July, who's married to a black woman, who created a black character to create a new comic, is racist against black people. Okay, that's the weirdos we're dealing with here. These people are mentally deranged to a level that I don't think we fully understand yet. But we are here, like we got a ton of people watching. So since we have a ton of people watching right now, Graham, tell everybody, give us a quick rundown of who you are and what you got going on for our huge audience here.
Okay. Well, Graham Nolan. I am a comic book writer and artist. Been in it for 39. I think this is my 40th year. co-created Bane with Chuck Dixon. And I have my own publishing company, Compass Comics. You can go to compasscomics.com. Check out the comics that I do. I have one of them is currently funding on Indiegogo called The Ghosts of Metacumba Key. If you like horror, science fiction, that kind of stuff, these are the comics for you. They're straight up action, adventure, horror, sci-fi tales. No messages other than entertainment and fun.
That's it. It's so simple yet doesn't happen very often, you know. And we also had Dan Vask here. Dan, what do you got going on?
Yeah, this Friday, I have for the first time ever in my YouTube career, I don't know why really, but I'm releasing a video to celebrate Easter because the entertainment industry doesn't celebrate enough Easter in my opinion. Fucking Google certainly doesn't give a crap about it.
Oh.
There are all those kinds.
You're telling us it's going to be a Good Friday then, huh?
Good Friday. Yes. So yeah, the voice of FNT. So yeah, I'm releasing a metal version of the traditional hymn "Amazing Grace." It's epic. It's emotional. It's heavy. It's gonna be a heavy metal version of that. I showed it to Jay the other day. I showed it to Jeremy too, but
you sent it to I saw that
he doesn't give a fuck.
No. I'm gonna listen. I'm so busy.
Didn't share it with me.
I'm just messing with you, man.
Oh, look at Gary.
Hey, Jay.
Gary's pulling his best Jay now. Didn't share it with me.
He didn't share it. Dan didn't share it with me either. How was that? That's the only reason I have
hold on. Jay, did Dan share it with you?
Dan did not share it with me, and you know what? Dan sends me music. He goes, "Hey, Beardo, you got to add this to your gym playlist. You got to listen to this. Beardo, check this out." But he did not send me his new song, so maybe next time.
Well, Rolo, did he share it with you?
He shared the creative process with me, but I haven't seen it.
Okay.
Oh, son of a!
You just gotta maybe you just gotta play Fortnite with him more often. You get the behind the scenes.
I'm busy playing Fortnite. Yeah,
the behind the scenes story there, man.
Jay, what Jay got the full thing. What were your thoughts, Jay? You can be honest.
I legit brought tears to my eyes because, like, that song, the song "Amazing Grace" is really.
He spoiled it again.
Absolutely amazing.
He spoiled it again. Spoiled it last night. He spoiled it tonight.
No, I said it. It's amazing.
Yeah, he already said it before.
Oh, okay.
It's public.
Okay.
Poor Jay.
God, so it was beautiful. All right, there we go. It was beautiful.
Thank you.
It was really beautiful.
So you guys can go to youtube.com/danvask. Is a perfect time to hit that notification bell so you one of the first to listen to that, and it's gonna melt your faces.
The ending is like, wow, is really impactful. Anyway, I don't know how to describe it, but the ending was really something. So
thank you,
good
man.
stuff, man.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Oh,
So yeah,
it's the honor of a lifetime to be able to entertain you guys with what I'm passionate about. I'm really grateful.
Hell yeah. Awesome. And I mean, look, Dan just showing what a good guy is. Only comes on my show when he needs to promote something. So,
good guy, Dan.
I'm playing video games with you, motherfucker, every single day. What are you talking about?
Oh man, good stuff. But yeah, it's really exciting. So many people have so many good creative efforts going on right now, and that's the whole point here. We try to talk about Hollywood, roast them, try to get enough eyes on stuff. And we're going to continue to roast Hollywood because fuck them. But, we definitely want to turn you on to different creative projects that are out there, because it's one thing to continue to complain about it. But, we also want to show you some alternatives out there, because that's the whole job is, independent media has changed. And I've talked about this a lot. As a person that used to watch a lot of YouTube channels that were definitely shills, but this was kind of before 2016 when so many people had their brains broken. I'd watch a lot of this stuff and I trusted the opinions of the people I was watching. And then as soon as 2016 came and went, and then suddenly started seeing these people were just completely fucked by Trump. They were just like, they couldn't function anymore. And they were saying all these crazy things like, why are you including this in movie and video game talk? What does this have to do with anything? And that's where you slowly started to see it kind of get in there. And so the media landscape has changed through social media and through Hollywood and the entertainment industry kind of falling apart. And now you have us having our voices, our independent voices, and there's so many creators out there, but having a different media and honest media and honest people to give you guys insight as to what's going on. And ultimately it's the audience determination of what you want to spend your money on. We're just here to kind of signal boost it and highlight it. And then you as an independent person can make up your decision as to what you want to spend your money on, you know, and that's what it's all about. And I think, like we were talking earlier, I don't think it really grasped with me earlier until we were talking about earlier, but like the decentralization thing that Rip was always talking about, and many others, but it's like thinking about how the media landscape has changed, you know, 20 years ago, 15 years ago. If we would have talked about how the mainstream media had little to no impact anymore and just a bunch of jerk offs in their bedrooms are having more of an impact on culture, and you're like, what? There's no way that's possible. Yes, it is. It's actually not even, it's not happening. It has happened. People in their bedrooms now have more impact on the news cycle than the mainstream, you know, channels with these $1 million studios, $1 million budgets. And here I am able to sit here and just talk shit with my friends by also communicating information as to what's going on in the real world. It's wild. And that same thing can happen over the next decade within entertainment. That can happen, but it ain't going to happen overnight. And it's got to have determined people and talented people out there. That's why me and Ryan have no business trying to do anything like that. We're just going to keep bitching. So we know our role.
Free market's making a comeback, and that's why they hate it, because they're all communists, and communists hate the free market. So
yeah,
no,
absolutely.
That's what it is.
Truthfully, is what you and Ryan do is very important to this whole thing. It's you guys have a skill set that a lot of people wish they had. So it's very important to this, and everybody had what they had to say about what they're doing to kids. There's really only one word for it. It's just pure evil. I mean, it is just evil.
Mm-hmm.
And the more you guys speak out about it, and the more like videos you make to talk about it and things like that, it gets the message out. That's why your channels are growing, and people are looking for something alternative. It's really impressive to see what all you guys are like accomplishing. Like everyone on this panel, it's quite amazing, especially this past year. So like, we have to just keep going, because if not, I mean, if they're doing that to kids today, what are they going to be doing tomorrow?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like
the slippery slope.
It's you know, and listen, I want to show a picture, because I know we talk about Disney and stuff. Like, this stuff ain't really going anywhere anytime soon, because this was yesterday. Everybody like talks about this was can you share it? This was yesterday at the Magic Kingdom. So look how packed that is. So they are definitely like, you know, they're making their money.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't even walk. Like that's how packed it is. So
well, the theme, I mean,
companies and stuff. So
the theme parks push so much of Disney's revenue, and we talked about that for a long time, and we're staying on top of that. Again, that's why we have a theme park channel here at Geeks and Gamers, so we can cover that. And I promise you,
Make sure to keep up with Bob Iger.
Bob Iger, which is a J. Can't
I
get his
changed
spelling
it.
right. So
Yeah.
did you change it? Okay.
Yeah,
You just left it at that point.
Yeah, I mean, might as well. Well, speaking of Bob Iger, let's pull up these video clips of Bob Iger getting annihilated by the shareholders. And Ryan said it best. It sounds like these guys watch our videos. These guys, especially that first guy.
The first guy sounds like he'd listen to my video.
Yeah, he had to be wearing an RK Outpost hat when he was talking to Iger.
Like the way he was like, and whatever other letters they've added, that sounds, I say that shit all the time. Here, let's listen to what he said to Bob Iger.
Hello, Bob. I'd like to address what I view as the elephant in the room. Over the last few years, Disney has turned from a place of magic for children to an ideological company serving LGBTQ, IA+, however many other letters you want to add to that, lobbies, groom children. Over and over again, we see how your films and entertainment are increasingly promoting the woke agenda. How can you explain to parents worldwide that you recently celebrated 100 years of history by collaborating with the San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus to produce an LGBTQ, IA+, themed Disney musical? This is a group who have explicitly stated that they want to indoctrinate children. They literally sang a concert, and they sang the words, "We will convert your children quietly and subtly, and you will barely notice it."
This is just what the whole thing was. It was Bob Iger getting feet held to the fire over, the parental rights and education bill, over the LGBTQ agenda in the actual content itself, everything. And
that's not the first time it happens, right? Remember that guy, Is This the Way?
It happened a while back. It happened a while back too.
Yeah.
And this was Bob Iger's response after all these different questions about why are you pushing this on kids? Why are you pushing this stuff when it only affects a small, tiny fraction of your actual employees and it silences the others? And this was Bob's explanation.
I think if you look back, for decades, corporate America has expressed themselves on numerous issues of both right and wrong. And our country, I think, is better off for that. And this was evident during the civil rights era, as I recall as a child, when a lot of companies weighed in on injustices that they saw in America. It was certainly true during World War II, when those that stood in silence, in some ways, carry the stain of indifference. So as long as I'm in the job, I'm going to continue to be guided by a sense of decency and respect, and trust our instincts that when we do weigh in, we weigh in because the issue is truly relevant to our business and to the people that work for us.
God, what a terrible fucking answer, dude. That is a terrible
corporate
answer.
Speak nonsense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm like, but
It's a double down is what it is. Hey, by the way, I hear what you're saying, and we think that it's more important to continue to push for trans mutilation or whatever. That's basically what Bob Iger just said.
Yep.
Jesus.
Because it's a civil right. He's connecting it with civil rights. So
yes.
Yeah.
Well, they have to because they gotta connect whatever they can because they have to keep the victim narrative going.
Yep,
But guess what? A lot of people in the civil rights movement were not fucking victims.
Yeah.
There are people telling you like you ain't gonna talk
fake
to me like
boobs
that.
is a civil right.
And we talked about this earlier. We talked about this in the daily stream we did, but not just the civil rights movement. He talked about companies standing up during World War II.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I believe it's not appropriate to compare anything to the Holocaust, Bob Iger. That's what
definitely not,
and
Disney.
Gina Carano, right?
Not Disney. You can't be doing shit like that.
Step down by yourself.
No, he's the dude is he's very good at being a sleazy fucking CEO. That's why he was very successful at buying shit in Hollywood. But the man has never been an innovator of any kind. He doesn't have a creative bone in his body, and he has led Disney down this road. Whatever Chapek was, he was a stopgap, lame duck, whatever the hell he wasn't going to change anything either. And if anybody thinks the winds are changeable, and sorry, I'm going to repeat a tweet. I got some land of Wakanda to sell you, okay? Because that's never going to happen. For one, just trust your eyes, see their actions. He was directly asked about that and could have given like the most political non-answer and said, "I'm going to double down, bitch." That he just doesn't care. He doesn't care because that is the path of least resistance because they have so many fucking activists in their company. They're held hostage. They can't do. Every company in Hollywood will have to do what Elon did. Get rid of most everyone. They'll probably run just fine, but you need to get rid of most everyone right now. And they can't. They can't. They have painted themselves into a war corner. Good. Let it burn. Let Disney burn. I am totally fine with that.
You won't run just fine. You will run better.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, it will. I mean, like as much as I've had some issues with Twitter, but like it's still a far better platform than it was under Jack Dorsey. You know what I mean? It's still a better platform. It's not perfect, and there's plenty of criticisms, but it's far better.
Like every time I want to play a video and it fucking buffers, and I have to restart the damn thing.
But that's
Hollywood
always been the case.
Panicking right now, though. It's a long article. You don't have to go over it. I read it. It's the Hollywood Reporter article calling out Amazon, and they like just straight up take Jennifer Salke to task in that one. And her own people are leaking like really sensitive information, including the Rings of Power losing 63% of its audience over its date. And but the basis of that article, Ryan, I'm sure you read it, was Hollywood is scared to death that Amazon's just going to flip the switch one day and just get tired of it. Because they admit that, for one guy described Jennifer Salke as being a star fucker, which is funny as hell, which means she just wants the stars around her. She doesn't know what he's doing. And they also admitted that this is just a vanity project for Amazon. It doesn't make them any money. As a matter of fact, they would be more profitable if they just cut Amazon Studios altogether and just put stuff on Amazon Prime and licensed it. And Hollywood is scared to death that is going to happen, because right now, most of the money that's coming in to fund all this other crap that nobody's watching is from Apple, who's got a bunch of liquid, and Amazon, who has a bunch of liquid. And both of them are retail companies, or like a mail order. One's a phone company, one's a mail order company. And they're going to switch it off someday. Like, that's going to happen, and Hollywood is scared to death. Plus, there's a strike coming in 5 weeks.
Is there a strike coming in 5 weeks?
Yeah, writers. I mean, it might help things. So
yeah, I don't think you noticed.
Not that good. So
it might. Well, I mean, like, so Ryan, there was another thing we were going to talk about with James Gunn, and you brought it up today on the daily stream, and I don't know if we it was something to do with what was
I know
it?
we were talking about that today, but
yeah, I thought it was today. Or was it?
I said we're going to talk about that tomorrow during the stream.
Yeah, well, we can talk about that now too. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, like what we're gonna see now. So we've got Dungeons and Dragons. It's probably not gonna. Is it gonna lose money? It's gonna lose money.
Yes.
Shazam is the biggest flop in DC history, DCEU history. They have so many of these franchises. Marvel's in a bad spot. These are money-making juggernauts that are not even turning profits for them anymore. We think Guardians is going to do fine. That's whatever, but that's not going to be enough to sustain.
Fine. Fine.
Yeah, I mean, fine. But it's not going to. I don't think it's going to hit $1 billion. No, Guardians has never hit $1 billion. So, and then you have the Marvels, which I keep saying I think it's going to get delayed again. I keep saying I think that they're going to try to find a way to delay it again. That movie is going to come out and it's going to be a trash fire. There's no expectations for it. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is backing up, and then you have all the stuff going on with Disney Plus. So I don't know what they're going to do. And again, I think it goes back to what Graham was saying. They're like, where is this money coming from? They're losing money all over the place. Yes, the theme parks push a lot of money out for Disney. It's not enough to sustain all of these losses. It's just not. I mean, I don't think so. I don't think there's any way to sustain.
They got to cut $3 billion from content, 5.5 billion altogether, Disney, and 3 billion from content.
Yeah.
The Marvels, they had a meeting. Well, I've said this before, but you're like, can we get this on Disney Plus and save face somehow?
Yeah.
Like when it goes in the theaters, it's gonna be Shazam money. It's gonna be pretty bad. Maybe not that low, but it'll be low.
Well, I know, Gary, I know you saw the D&D movie. You didn't like it, correct?
I did not like it. I've seen worse, but I did not like it.
Okay. Now, is it just boring? Was it what?
Okay, so the girl power stuff was definitely there in the beginning. It goes away because one of the characters just kind of falls into the background. It's been years since I played D&D, so I'm just not part of that. And I love fantasy. I like fun fantasy. A big Xena fan. I just thought a lot of the humor didn't hit for me. It's very generic. Had a couple of like Talking to the Dead people was pretty funny. The Fat Dragon was pretty funny, but it's just super predictable. There were no stakes. Melissa fell asleep, and my kid was pissed that I took him to see that before John Wick 4. So not a good.
It's very. I mean, it absolutely, like, there's a lot of deep cuts for D&D fans, and I think if you're a D&D fan, like if you know about like the Forgotten Realms and all of that stuff, there's a ton of stuff in there about it that they drop. And so there's there's a nod to the original D&D cartoon back in the day and stuff. But if you don't know any of that stuff, it is a very generic film that doesn't feel like it has it. It uses the same level of like I equate it to like early Marvel films in that it's it uses humor and it tries to keep everything at like a decent level so that families can go see this movie and kids can see this movie and adults can see this movie. But really, it's definitely made for D&D fans. And the thing is, they've hurt Wizards of the Coast has hurt their brand so badly over the last few years that there isn't enough good faith there for people to go see it. Because I know people that are D&D fans that won't go see it because of the way Wizards of the Coast have been. And then I know people that are like active D&D fans now that saw it and they were like, wow, I'm impressed that they did this much with it. But the thing is, the marketing for this was awful. like, oh, we love emasculating men. Oh, it's so awesome. And, stuff like that, instead of actually marketing towards, hey, this is a fantasy show that we want to make for people that are fans of D&D, that are fans of fantasy. None of that stuff. It was all about like their ideologies. And it's like, it leaks out somewhere. Even if they can't put it in the writing, it's going to leak out somewhere into something. And that's the part about it. That's the sad part, because, the thing is, they've lost so much grace with the audiences that people won't go see it if they even smell that it might be another product that's going to try to preach at them, and I don't think that they should get that kind of, I don't think they should get that faith back. It's nothing in Hollywood is good faith anymore. Like, you don't get the benefit of the doubt anymore. Either you did something good or you didn't. That's why John Wick is succeeding. That's why Top Gun Maverick was succeeding. They're like, listen, go see this movie, because even this is the thing, people were like really happy about this, and I'm like, nah, fuck them for this. At the very beginning of the D&D movie, they have the cast sit down and thank people for going to see the movie. I'm like, who just fucking did that? Tom Cruise, who you actually believe when he says, thank you for coming to see this movie, while he's standing on top of a fucking airplane about to jump off of it and risk his life for a film. These guys are all sitting in a room going, hey, thanks for coming to see this, because if you didn't, I don't know what we'd be doing right now.
Is that what I'm supposed to say?
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know anything about. Half these people don't even know about D&D, and they've admitted that. So they obviously don't give really that big of a shit about the product in the first place. So I mean, that's the thing. It's they're gonna try to course correct, and it's too late. The ship is already hitting the iceberg, man. Like, you guys already fucked it up.
Yeah,
man, I totally see that becoming a trend. Having the cast.
It's not a bad trend, but
no, it's not. But
Hugh Grant at the end did not look like he wanted to be there at all. He's
100%. Yeah, he was like,
"What? Be in an orgy right now. I need to go."
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I did want to talk about.
We just got a 50 membership drop.
Yeah, Alec Baldwin's finger. Alec Baldwin's finger for 50 gifted memberships. Alec Baldwin's finger don't miss, okay? He don't miss. He don't miss at all.
You might hit two people with one fucking poll.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Alec Baldwin's finger is massive supporter. Thank you for all of your support here on Geeks Gamers, on D-Day Cobra, all the other channels. You are the best. Appreciate you. He super chatted me today on Cobra Cast, $45.47. I'll let you do the math of what that equals. So, but Alec Baldwin's finger is the man. Robert McDonald for 50 says corporations doing ESG is just the adult version of those idiots that want no keeping score in youth sports. Only difference is the ESG idiocy is costing shareholders profits and people their jobs. Yeah, and I mean, like the ESG stuff, like what was the gaming company that's just completely fucked the last year over themselves? Who was it that got Project CD Red?
CD Project Red.
Like they got caught up in that ESG stuff too.
Yeah.
With the
can you fill me up on the ESG? Maybe if someone at home also doesn't know what is that what is it? ESG?
SMG? That's
I'm not American.
Environmental, social, and governmental score. So you're basically judged. You're judged by how green you are. So are you using green energy? Are you not using fossil fuels? You're judged by your social score. So are you woke? Do you support woke causes, or do you support companies like Geeks and Gamers that produce, base content? If you do, then your score goes down. And governmental, how good do you govern? Oh, it's like a board. It's almost like a credit score. So it's a combination of other corporations, and I'm sure the government is involved, because this is basically what China does. This is like China importing Chinese like pseudo-capitalism with communism into the West. That's basically what it is.
And what are the practical consequences?
So if it's like having a low credit score. So if you have a low credit score, you can't get loans and things like that. It's more difficult.
Right.
So let's say that in China, they have an example, like if you don't smile, they won't let you go on the subway. And they have like cameras that look at that. So it's to manipulate your behavior in order to get the powers that be for them to get what they want from you. So it forces you, because you want to be able to hang out with your friends. You want to be able to buy drinks. You want to be able to get loans to buy a house and do all that stuff. Well, if you want all that stuff, then you have to behave the way that they want, purchase the things that they want, and make sure that you give praise to the government, basically, as well, and your overlords.
I see.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Hayden says my ESG score has to be in the negative 600 range.
Negative 1 billion.
Yeah,
Negative 1
as much
billion
as you
for me.
support us, Hayden, yes, you're definitely in the negative, my friend. You're definitely in the negative. Yeah, and so there's got to be something that's like these companies just losing money like crazy, and at least on the surface. So there's got to be something that's offsetting that. All right, so tomorrow is the release of the Super Mario movie. You guys know I'm excited about this. There's a lot on the line for me and Odin for Friday Night Tights, pineapple pizza, which Gary's just going to sit back and enjoy the show regardless as to what happens. I say it's going to make $1 billion. Odin says it's not. Who knows? I really don't know. But we have gotten reviews for it, and it's at a 55% right now on Rotten Tomatoes from the critics, which does not necessarily mean anything. But I talked to Chris Gore. Chris Gore came on our daily show today, and Chris Gore basically told me that he thinks I'm going to hate the movie. He thinks I'm going to hate it. I don't know if I will or not. So we'll see. I'm excited about it, but the thing I wanted to talk about was Grace Randolph. I think this represents the majority of critics right now. So ultimately, from what I'm gathering, this is starting to remind me of Warcraft. Warcraft is a video game adaptation that came out a few years ago. Most people did not like the movie because it was specifically targeted to hardcore gamers of the franchise. Mario's a little different in terms of I think that's a little more easily accessible because it's just Mario and it's fun and it's happy or whatever.
Yeah,
so
even women have played it.
Yeah, so it's the appeal is going to be a lot easier. Plus, everybody knows who Mario is. Everybody, okay? So you have critics, that are reviewing it, and that's fine. Some of them, this sounds to me like it's a hardcore Nintendo fans focus is what they went for. But Grace in her review said this, which I think is the funniest shit ever. So here we go.
Put into the action. That's the whole benefit of making it a movie. And then when could Mario turn into a cat? I guess if you're into furries, that works. And maybe they'll do really well in Asian markets. I know they love cats over there, love cats. But I just robbed Mario of a lot of his personal dignity. I was like, don't do that to Mario. Where's
never played a single Mario game because there are outfits in every single Mario game.
I think that's going to be, and she also said that Bowser in the movie seemed very stalkerish in how he was going after Peach and threatening to destroy her kingdom if she didn't date him. And I'm like,
yes,
that's literally every fucking Mario game.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's literally every Mario game.
Yeah. Can I bring up that Grace also said that Roman Polanski's victim was old enough to know what she was doing? This is
she knew what she was getting into.
She knew what she was getting into at the age of 13. This is also the woman who said Starro killed too many diverse people in Suicide Squad. And obsessed over John Cena's junk for about 15 minutes in the video.
Did she say he killed too many diverse people?
Because it was in a Latin American fucking country or whatever.
That means that they were the majority. So it
wasn't a good look for Starro to just smash up people of color.
So after hearing all of that, in the words of Eric July, paraphrasing here, hey, I didn't know you had that condition. Carry on.
Damn. So I am still very much excited for this movie, and I do think that I am still concerned about the Peach element, the girl power stuff. I think we're just gonna have to discuss that more in depth tomorrow after we see it. The whole crew is gonna go see the Mario movie tomorrow here in Orlando, and then we're gonna talk about it in depth. So we're gonna do our our immediately out of the theater reaction on it, and we're gonna give you our thoughts, and then you can go out and spend your money how you see fit based on what we tell you in terms of if we give you the type of feedback you're looking for or not, or maybe you're gonna go see it regardless. And but I don't know. I think the movie's still going to be massive. I still think it's going to be a massive moneymaker. And as long as there's no overt identity politics in it, I think it's going to make a huge amount of money. And I guess we will see. So, but that whole take from Grace was just, I was like, oh my God. I
kind of want to watch the rest of her review now.
Oh, I've watched
Since
all of
when
it.
was Mario an Italian guy?
It's dude.
Yeesh.
Some of her takes though, when she, like I said, she talks about Bowser and being. He's kind of a stalker. It was kind of dangerous. What was the exact word she used? I can't remember. Like it was some type of stupid word that she used.
So her actual like synopsis that she put on Rotten Tomatoes was totally inaccessible for non-fans of this Super Mario game from Nintendo.
This
game.
Super Mario.
Yeah.
It's just more famous than Mickey Mouse.
How about
Yeah.
the?
But okay.
Yeah.
Fans might even have a hard time with the non-existent, antiquated, and somewhat offensive story. Shocking misfire for Illumination, the only bad movie they've ever made.
What?
Grace is a horrible critic.
What all is Illuminations made? And I haven't seen
the Minions movie.
I know that, but I'm saying beyond that.
Dang, Mike.
Doesn't matter. They made
That's
the
about
Minions
it.
movie.
Settle down.
Right, but those are
Settle
good
the
movies.
fuck down.
No. Don't
Dang, Mike.
Don't do that.
There's
Don't
a
do
picture.
that.
Grace has always been a
Man.
fraud. Okay, she hosted a Marvel.
You're only
show.
half black, Mike. Calm the fuck down, all right?
Yeah.
That's not how that works.
Mike.
I'm going to teach you the meaning of pain. I'm going to teach you the meaning of humiliation. I'm going to
Humiliation.
They've done all the Dr. Seuss
little
movies.
better
They've done the
humiliation
Minions
than those.
movies.
I'm happy with that.
I have a
Secret Life of Pets, which was really good. Sorry.
I just have I was just guest appearance here on Tuesday Night's Main Event. Someone has some comments on Grace's review, what she said.
That's fucking retarded.
Kanye, appreciate that. So
That's pretty
it's
good.
kind of right to the point. Thank you, Kanye. Appreciate that. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, we'll see how it plays out, but I'm very excited for the movie still. And as long as there's no wokeness, I'll let you know. And we'll
The
all let
early
you know.
reviews remind me a little bit of the Sonic movie. The Sonic movie didn't get great critic reviews. It was like a 60% or something. And a lot of the complaints were, the storyline's a little childish or simple or whatever. And I think a lot of people really like the Sonic movie. We are hearing, like, from a couple of people we trusted, it's like, it just seemed a little bit too much geared towards just kids and not maybe the adults that are taking the kids. I think the best movies, whether it's Toy Story, whether it's Shrek, whether it's Minions, I think the best family movies have stuff for kids of every age and the adults that are taking them. And that's what really makes those things special. So hopefully that's what we get from the Mario movie.
Agreed.
Well,
Those people are fucking expecting Godfather. It's like this is not. It's not surprising. It's a kids movie. Oh yeah.
Well,
Yes.
and like let's think about Mario too. Part of Mario is as you get older, it's the skill of trying to beat the levels as flawlessly and quickly as possible, or playing more challenging levels. So part of the story doesn't necessarily matter as much when you're playing it because the gameplay is so good. So translating the story, which is pretty basic if we're being honest in any Mario game, because the gameplay is what it's all about, to a movie. You lose you lose that other half, which is you interacting within the game. Which I mean, you're gonna lose with any game adaptation to a movie, but especially a game that's like it's a platformer. So, I mean, I don't know what people would expect.
I can understand Grace having a little trouble understanding
Yeah.
the story of the Super Mario movie, though. She probably has a hard time understanding any story. Not the sharpest tool in the shed. Great.
Definitely not. But yeah, it will be an interesting discussion. And look, the good thing, I've said this 1,000 times, the good thing about Nintendo is the bad thing about Nintendo. They don't pay attention, especially Nintendo Japan. They don't pay attention to anything in terms of criticism, but they also don't pay attention to social justice bullshit either. They just do their own thing. They're in their lane and they're focused on what they want to do. And they make a lot of crazy decisions. And a lot of times those turn out to be really cool for the fans. But at the same time, at least fans scratching their heads going, what the fuck are y'all doing right now? And why are you doing this? But there's a reason, we haven't seen Trans Mario or Black Mario because they don't pay attention to a lot of these things either, which is it's a blessing and a curse. But ultimately, I'll take it as long as I don't get the wokeness, So time will tell. But it will be an interesting discussion. I also saw Trump crash Rumble. So Rumble went down.
Nice.
So when Trump went live, I crashed Rumble. I'm thinking Rumble's back up
It
now.
crashed you too.
Is Jeremy frozen?
Yeah, he's frozen.
No, there it
I
goes.
look like I'm about to jerk off. So
He's kissing.
my fucking camera.
He's about to blow a kiss.
No, I was rubbing one out earlier. So All right, let's see. There we go. There we go. But yeah, so Rumble crashed earlier, but
You
who
still
else,
have
of
some
course?
Rumble rants though. It's still going. Like it's hanging on there.
Okay.
Jay
I
and
went
the
on there
Elite fan
earlier.
for $5 on Rumble says, "Hey Jay, let's say the G&G crews just showed up to Universal and Beardo has to unleash his hot, steaming diarrhea takes on Batman. What bathroom would be best for him to do so?"
Hey, I thought that bathroom question was actually good. I had no problem with wanting to know where the best bathrooms are to
I want to know where to take a steaming hot
Just,
caca.
Yeah,
just so everyone knows, there are 2 videos on the theme park hopping channel where I go over each bathroom at Universal and Islands of Adventure. But
Do
if
you go into the bathroom? Excuse me, sir.
I didn't go in. I didn't go in. But
Do you rate them? Do you rate them?
Yeah, we
Like
rated
one-
them. We
1
told
to
you.
10?
This is where all this is coming from. I thought it's useful information. That's all I
Yeah.
thought. Like,
It actually is.
if you're gonna go at Universal, you got to go to the Men in Black bathrooms. It looks like New York.
What?
It's very clean. Nobody
They just
even
renovated
knows.
them too.
Nobody even knows. Like they're kind of tucked away, so they're very private, and the AC's nice and cold. So
I like how we've been talking forever for like the park channel. You know, it'd be like cool. The top 5 ways to save money going to Universal, or the top 5 things to do at like actual travel tips. The first one we get is the top 5 places to take a shit at Universal Studios.
Hey, that's what
it's Geeks and
important. We
Gamers,
all
man.
do
It's
it.
what we do.
Except for
That's what we
girls.
do. Yeah, girls don't poop, right?
Yep.
Is that yeah?
We
no, I
actually
heard.
did do
Yes.
like best
Sunshine
snacks,
and rose petals.
nobody watched that video. We like no, it didn't work. So I was like, let's just do something different.
Get Josiah to make your thumbnail and the title. Hollywood fleeing the bathroom or something like that.
You won't believe
Hollywood
what we
got
found in this
another
bathroom.
one.
It'll actually be like some Hollywood actor died like ODing on fucking heroin in the bathroom. And it's like another actor left Hollywood in the bathroom.
And while you're here, enjoy a pretzel pizza over here. And
You show the stalls in Diagon Alley, and then Morgan Freeman's face is like peeking over one of them because he's always in thumbnails.
I mean, I'll do more of those bathroom ones. If
So,
people wanna watch.
Graham, we got a guy on the team named Josiah. He's got like 300,000 subscribers on his channel. He's the clickbait king of YouTube. Okay, so like his thumbnails and titles are phenomenal, like to the point where I can't even go that far, but he just doesn't care. And shout out to Josiah, but like his thumbnails and titles are so clickbait that it's like, holy shit, you went there, bro. And
he got me on that Mel Gibson one good. He was like, we must protect Mel Gibson at all costs for this. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I clicked on it.
He's
It's
making
a
a movie.
picture of him with Carrie Lake, right? Is that what it is?
yeah.
What were you gonna say, Ryan? I didn't mean to cut you.
No, it's the one I think that really got everybody was there's some actor who got fucking lost going on a hike in California. He was hiking in the mountains, a storm came, and he's fucking missing. Like he's probably down at the fucking bottom of a creek dead. Right?
Yeah.
The title of the video is like another actor just left Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's like the implication being that it just got too woke for him to handle.
He was missing.
Hollywood. In reality,
Too woke, I'm gonna walk into the woods and die.
Oh man,
Oh,
it's
that Mel
fantastic.
Gibson one was fun. The whole video was, guys, what do you think about this picture? He took a picture here, and people are going crazy. They're losing their mind over it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. But protect Mel Gibson at all costs. Like,
Did you guys see Mel Gibson
Genius.
like putting air in his tire the other day in like a
Was it the
fucking
other
foreign
day?
country or something?
There's that one video of him helping somebody with a change a tire from the years
That
ago.
might have been it. It was from a while ago, but
You
it
have
started
it?
making the rounds again. And it's
Oh yeah,
just-
where it's at?
Let me see if I can find it. It's so
Is that
random.
the one that the person asked?
Got it right
What if
here.
I
can
rob
see
you?
this, dude.
Yeah, and he's like,
And he says, "What if I rob you?"
I'll put it in the private chat, Ryan, I got it right here.
I'm pretty sure that's from a few years ago.
It's from a little bit while ago.
I want to play Kid Rock's video, and I don't know if we can play that.
Oh yeah,
So,
that's a good one.
Can I play that one, Rolo?
Yeah, you can show
the
people
guns?
shooting stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
As long as we're not holding them, I guess.
Yeah, if it's not live, you can show guns
It's in
pre-recorded,
the-
and if they're not showing people how to like, oh look, how to install stuff on a gun that you can figure out anywhere.
All
So
right,
you can't
Mike,
show that.
Mike put it in the private chat.
Like we'll see what happens if the stream goes down. This is why. But you know,
Blame it on me.
there we go.
I didn't know he had a MAGA hat on.
Grandpa is feeling a little frisky today.
Oh.
Let me say something to all you and be as clear and concise as possible.
Man, I want to full out MP5. That's
Hell
pretty
yeah.
Fuck Bud Light. Fuck Anheuser-Busch. Have a terrific day.
Have a terrific day.
That's badass. That's badass.
You know, I have to say it's the perfect advertising. You have a fake woman selling fake beer.
Yep.
Ryan, when's the last time you had a Budweiser?
Dude White.
Like a Bud Heavy? I mean,
Yeah.
It's been a while, right?
Well, an actual, like a normal Budweiser, like fucking 2 months.
I mean,
I
Ripper
don't
drinks
drink
Bud
Bud Light,
Ice. Is that
though.
the same company?
Bud Ice is the same company. I only drank that as a joke for Ripper.
Chips and Bud Ice.
But Bud Heavy, actually, I kind of like.
Ripper jumped back for that one. He was backstage. He was like, "No, I'm not letting that slide."
I didn't realize my camera was back on.
I think Bud Light was an artisanal beer the last time I drank. So.
Yeah, this is from a couple
about a
years
year
ago.
ago. It's from about a year ago, and this fucking Mexican guy who's like getting help from somebody. It's just fucking Mel Gibson, and the way he's acting is so funny. I saw somebody say it feels like Mel Gibson is like in the middle of trying to hide a body or something. But, here it is.
Helping my friend Mel Gibson, el del Patriota. Mel Gibson. Are you Mel Gibson?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yes. El del Patriota. You perform in the Patriota movie, The Patriot?
That's it.
Oh, my
Patriot.
God. Yeah.
Long time ago.
Long time ago, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I'm trying to.
Why are you alone?
Huh?
Why are you alone?
Why are you?
I am alone because I'm not famous.
I like being alone.
Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, my God. This is a lucky day for me.
Yeah. What if I rob you?
The guy's in shape. The guy's still in shape.
Oh, he's fucking jacked,
yeah.
dude.
Yep.
Love Mel.
Mel's awesome.
What was that movie where he gets sent to that Mexican prison?
Gringo, right?
Oh yeah,
Get the Gringo.
Get the Gringo. Love that movie.
Yeah, Mel's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
So
What if I rob you? Maniacal laugh.
What do you think happened? He was just changing a tire, and some guy just ran up on him with a phone camera.
I think that's that guy's car.
He was helping the guy to change his tires.
Oh, okay,
That's what I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's annoying him. Jesus.
I know that's kinda messed
Patriota.
up.
Mel
That's kinda-
Gibson.
Yeah, why are you alone? I'm alone because I'm here fixing your fucking tire.
Oh man. All right, so we are up on 2 hours. Does anybody need to bounce? We're gonna read some super chats and hang out and bullshit and laugh. But anybody need to bounce? You're welcome to bounce if you need, and if you want, you can hang out. Whatever works for you. So
I can hang out a little longer.
okay, all right. This is the fun part of the show now. So, and we're gonna let Ryan start out. So Ryan, it's all you, buddy.
Robert McDonald for $50. Is it just me, or does that poor girl in the new Little Mermaid look like her eyes had an argument? They're trying to leave her face in a hurry.
Oh, wow. You see that one picture that was going around, Ryan?
Yes.
And then
There's
people
no way
kept
that's real, right?
moving- No. People kept moving the eye further.
Trying to make it look like a fish.
You're like, for every 1,000 likes, I'll move our eyes further towards her ears.
Oh man,
He's undefeated.
Let's start running through some of these. SPC Nerdling for 20. Mr. Nolan, I bought your CGC Joe Frankenstein and the graphic novel to read. Excited to dig in. Kelly was on BBC earlier with Nerdrotic, Az, and Mahler. Glad to see you and Gary here. Hail, Geeks and Gamers.
All right,
yeah.
hail.
Yep. Yeah, man. You guys make sure you go out and support Graham and all of his projects and sign up to. You have a mailing list? Is that what it was?
Yeah,
What you want?
sign up list for part 2 of Joe Frankenstein.
Yeah.
If you missed part 1, you'll be able to get it in part 2 too.
Okay.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Nice.
Mr. ESQ for 10. Jay, new hypo. I'm a time traveler from 1990. My mission? Find the best restroom in Magic Kingdom in 2023 before returning to Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation tour. Where's the best place to take a dump?
Goodness gracious.
Near Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh wow!
Because you can hear the water flowing a little bit, so it gets things
that
moving
helps.
a lot quicker.
Okay. The Lost Tales for 2. Gary's
Hang on.
boomerism.
No, go ahead.
Lost Tales for 2. Gary's boomerism has infected the stream. We were
always
just
does.
a little late.
It always does. This one's for Jay. Jay, do the introduction.
Hey, it's Project Egg Roll!
They're
Yes!
Asian. They're Asian
people with a podcast.
and they have a podcast. It's amazing.
Called Project Egg. Why am I the only one that finds that funny? I think it's hilarious.
It is hilarious.
That's the greatest name ever. I love Project Egg Roll.
All right, so Project Egg Roll says, why do my people love playing Among Us? Because that's the only place they can vote.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh,
Talking about
man.
Chinese.
Jared the American says, I'm working on revising the script for my sci-fi novel. If anyone wants a copy of the draft, DM me on Twitter. Time to replace Star Wars and Marvel. Well, thank you, Jared the American.
Oh my God. That was funny.
Johnny's member for 8 months. Thank you. Space Monkey for 2. Hail God Emperor now. Gangsta Trump. Thug Life. Mr. ESQ for another 10. Jade, new hypothetical. I'm at Epcot near France. Last night's Ethiopian food is fighting with this morning's Mexican. There's a Rodney King race riot in my stomach. Where's the best place to take a dump?
Jesus Christ.
Oh God.
If you're gonna go in Epcot, you got to go by the living land where Soren is.
Oh, Living with Land, yeah.
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 It's a quiet bathroom over there. A lot of people don't know it exists, and you have to take an elevator. So
there you go,
squared
Ryan.
away, man. Squared away.
What
the freak is that?
$20.
What was going on with that?
Ryan, we finally reunite. If only I can see you correctly.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, Kendall the Cricket.
Go ahead. I was because I heard Fear the Beardo's trash Batman takes earlier.
Mhm. Oh, God.
What are those trash Batman?
They're non-existent. They
We
don't
have
know
a
what the
Batman
fuck they're
artist
talking
here.
about.
Please don't.
Yeah.
I'd like
Let's
to
go. Gotta hear it. Let's go.
I'll turn my mic down a little bit.
So this is the thing. Jeremy takes little bits of information that that are truthful, and then he takes this spin on it and spins it in a way, and he just runs with it,
Okay,
and
man,
it's complete
have to.
total
Get
nonsense.
to the point.
Anyways, I said that Matt Reeves, the Batman, is almost just as good as the Dark Knight.
No.
I said that it's the third best Batman live action movie.
No. It's
You're
not
fucking
close.
insane.
Batman Begins
not
and The
close.
Dark Knight are better than the
No.
Batman, but the Batman
No.
is a good Batman movie.
No.
It is a good Batman movie. As far as Batman goes and storytelling goes for Batman, it is. Which one is better, Mike? It blows away The Dark Knight Rises. The Dark Knight Rises doesn't hold a fucking candle to the Batman.
Dark Knight Rises is better.
No, Dark Knight Rises isn't even a Batman movie. It's a fucking Joseph
a better
Gordon-Levitt
movie.
movie.
It's better.
Joseph
It's better
Gordon-Levitt
than
cannot carry The Dark Knight
Oh,
Rises.
my God. No,
Better.
you're out of your fucking mind.
The
Beardo.
Dark Knight Rises
Oh my-
is dog water compared to the Batman.
Hold on. At least they did Bane right in that one, right, Graham?
Right, Graham?
No.
That was good, Ryan. That was good.
very
That was good.
Well done.
Well, that's a good question for Graham. What's worse, Dark Knight Rises Bane or Batman and Robin Bane?
Dark Knight Rises Bane.
He's
I
worse than
agree.
Batman and Robin one?
Yeah,
Okay.
because at least Batman and Robin one looked like Bane.
Yeah.
And they do a bait and switch in Dark Knight Rises because they make you think that, oh, all right, he doesn't look like Bane, but they got the character down. He's imposing. He's manipulative. No, he was just a lovesick little puppy dog doing Talia's work for him.
Yep.
And then he gets killed in an off-panel way. And the
Yeah.
guy who drove the plot of the entire freaking movie gets knocked off panel, and that's it. The end of him. You never hear from him again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm upset because I'm a huge Christopher Nolan fan, and but Dark Knight Rises is significantly
Terrible.
like worse than any of his other Batman films, pretty much any of his other films generally. I mean, it's just his worst movie, I think, outside of probably Tenet. Tenet might be his worst movie. It's either Tenet or Dark Knight Rises, but I still love the movie, but I acknowledge it's got a shit ton of problems, and the way Bane dies and goes out is awful. It's awful.
How Talia al Ghul dies.
Frankly, I don't like Christian Bale as Batman.
I love Bale's
his helmet, is everything. He's got this bulbous head. I just thought his costume looked terrible, and his phony Clint Eastwood accent is really annoying.
I think, and again, I don't know this for sure. I think Nolan did some post editing on his voice because Nolan is.
I don't think so.
Oh, for
I
sure.
love Chris.
No,
Listen,
there's
I love
at
Chris
least
Nolan.
compressor.
He is
There's at
terrible
least a
sound
compressor
mixing.
there.
No,
He's
he did
terrible
do
at sound
it
mixing.
because he admitted that there was supposed to be a voice modulation on Batman. They just cut it out of the second movie. And so, yeah, he definitely edited it because there's no.
But when you do that kind of voice, it's a whisper. You need to at least compress it to be able to hear it.
Yeah.
Well, I like Christian Bale's Batman voice in Batman Begins. It's significantly worse than Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises. It's terrible and it's different.
It's still not good in Batman Begins.
I think it's really good in Batman Begins.
not
I think
good.
it's awful in the Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises. And I feel that Nolan did some post editing with it because for all of Christopher Nolan's greatness, sound mixing is not.
He has this
one
weird
of
thing
them.
about voices because he did that with Bane too.
He
in
did
the
it with
beginning,
Bane as well.
And he's like,
Yep.
people are like, we can't hear him, and he's like, don't worry, it doesn't even matter what he's saying. It's how cool
Yeah.
he looks. And then he's like, all right,
Yeah.
fine, I'll fix it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Cool. He
absolutely.
looks. He's got a face hugger on his face.
Yeah.
From Alien,
So-
which doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
They don't mention Venom, and yet at the end of the movie, he's punching concrete pillars.
And it looks
Yep.
like, yeah. He might have put
Yeah.
that magic knee brace on that Batman used in the first part of the
Yeah.
movie where he kicked the fucking wall over, which was so dumb. So, Dark Knight Rises has a lot of problems. Still like it a lot more than the Batman.
I watched the first.
That's a bad take.
I
kind of
actually threw the Batman on the other day, and because I actually did like it, contrary to popular belief. But I only had time to like watch the first hour of it, then I'd like leave. But the first fucking like 30 minutes and the whole introduction and his narration, and then you see him writing in the journal. He closes it. It's like year 2. I fucking love the first part of that movie like a lot.
They really did a decent job in the first part of the movie, and it's got as bad of a third act as it does a first.
Yeah,
It
the
doesn't,
third
it
act
doesn't
is where
finish
the
strong.
I
It does
love
not
the
finish
opinion.
strong.
We haven't seen a Batman movie yet. So I like some of the Batman movies, but we haven't seen Batman from the comics at all. Not even fucking close.
You need to play the Arkham games.
Ooh,
But that's not a movie.
the Arkham game.
I know, but you would.
It's
you
better.
still though.
It's
you
better.
You need to play the Arkham games though, Gary.
Yep.
For, number one, as bad as you are at video games and as popular as you are, and it's Batman. It's a fucking perfect recipe for you on a gaming stream.
You
It's
could
the
get through
perfect.
it. You can
Yes.
get through it for sure.
He's also the best Batman Joker ever.
Yep, it's Kevin Conroy and Mark
It's
Hamill.
Kevin Conroy and Mark
It's
Hamill
a
are the best.
chef's kiss, man. It's perfect.
Yes. So I'm just telling you, Gary. That's it right there. I'm gonna turn Gary into the best gamer on YouTube.
And Bane is well represented in those games too. So
Yeah, it's actually legit Bane. Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah. No, I mean seriously.
What do you think, Graham? Have you seen any like cut scenes from the game of Bane, or have you played it at all?
Which game?
Arkham
Asylum?
Asylum, the Arkham Asylum and Arkham City.
Yeah, I've seen stuff from that, and I saw some royalties too.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I can say I like those.
Yeah.
They're like ramped up versions of the TV, like the cartoon.
Yeah.
A little bit, like a lot of the same voice actors, and a lot of same like
Yeah.
similar designs, just like pumped up a little
It
bit.
seems like they do Bane too big, though. I mean, he's like the Hulk in a lot of
huge.
Well, it's funny because
there's a reason. There's a reason why they do that.
They explain it in Origins.
In
why he
Arkham
got that
Origins,
big.
yeah, he does an excessive amount of venom to the point where it's just beyond coming back from. That's why he just needs a massive amount of it, or else he'll die.
Okay.
Pretty much, he just
All
needs
right.
to keep running on it.
If it's a story element, I get it.
Yeah.
Ripa, have you played the Arkham games?
Yeah, I play all them shits.
What did you
Hell
think
yeah.
of those?
All right.
On a pure, like, not on a game, it was like a Batman standpoint, because obviously they're great games.
Yeah, I
just
mean,
from a
obviously the
mechanical standpoint.
detective work and all that stuff is kind of present in there. So I can at least, I've always gotten at least something out of them. Some of the depictions of some of the characters, give or take, have been hit or miss. But as far as like the Batman element of it, really digging in on it's really one of the few kind of I guess mediums that have really dove in on the whole, like, this guy's a fucking detective, like, let him do detective shit.
Yep. Yeah, man, I love those games. So
I have what is it? The PlayStation 3 Arkham, the 3D one. I've never played.
Well, yeah,
for years.
3D one.
Yeah.
Yes, there's one of the games is in 3D, and I still have one of those 3D TVs.
You can't even see. You can't even see regular shit, much less 3D.
Dude, I tell you what, I was in my theater. I have an excessively huge screen. It's 125 inches. Yeah, baby. And
Nice.
I took my glasses off and I couldn't see the subtitles. I couldn't even read. I'm like, oh my god, I'm not.
Yeah, you should start playing first-person shooters on that thing.
Yeah.
No, don't listen to that idiot.
Robert McDonald for 20. Jesus Christ, turn on the show and it's like I'm looking down into a can of Vienna mini sausages. That went bad. Can we get some cleavage representation up in here? This is like Simcast for guys in long-term confinement.
Wow.
Yikes.
The ladies are back there laughing backstage, though. I see them. I see Steph laughing. Chris is back there, too.
Mr. ESQ for 10. Jay, a new hypo. At the Epcot entrance, been experimenting with food suppositories for a week. Suddenly, I'm feeling acidic diarrhea sprinkling out the brown. Where's the best place to take a dump?
Hell yeah.
Jason's a bathroom guy now.
If you're at the beginning of the park, still go to the Living Land. Right next to Soarin'. There's a bathroom there no one knows about. It's very quiet. You could squirt all day.
Stay home.
Word.
Thank you for the question.
Frostbite for 5. Hail G&G in chat. So glad you have an absolute legend on Tuesday night's main event. But enough about Dan Vask. Oh, there you go. Frostbite. War Machine gifted 5 Geeks and Gamers memberships. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We've got 89 new members tonight. Thank you guys so much for the new memberships. Really appreciate you.
Somebody said dump 3PO.
That's your new name.
Jack Hudson says, hail G&G. Hail Jack Hudson. Thank you. Mr. ESQ for 5J, a new hypo. At the entrance of Animal Kingdom, had a solid meal and anticipate a proper corn-filled caca. Where's the best place to take a dump?
A corn
Pandora.
caca.
Cornfield.
Andorra.
Go left to Pandora. You could have fun there.
Shadow Knight for 10. I love this panel for Tuesday night's main event. Biden is a fascist, George Lopez. Hi, gamer Uncle Gary. Sup, Jeremy. Ryan, what's your rating of Lopez and Shark Boy and Lava Girl? Hail the Fellowship and hail the Snake Pip. Thank you, Shadow Knight.
It's better than Ant-Man.
I didn't see Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
I did.
I was a Spy Kids guy.
Yeah, I watched Spy Kids.
I had
DJ Nutsack says, Jeremy, is 50 enough for you to roast Beardo? P.S. It's a joy hearing Jay interrupt Ryan.
Thanks for the 50, DJ. Let's move on.
I haven't interrupted Ryan all day.
Listen, considering his Batman take from earlier, and just watching him squirm a little bit when he had to explain to Gary, his
Please,
terrible
I didn't
take
fucking
was
flinch.
good enough. It was good enough. That was
Goodness
just
gracious.
wonderful to watch that. Because he's roasting himself.
I mean,
flinch. Objectively, in
by
any
it.
scenario, there's no scenario where Robert Pattinson's Batman is better than Christian Bale's. End of discussion. Argument
I
over.
interrupt you,
I
Ryan?
win. I win.
Well, they felt so strongly about it, they gave him a sympathy sequel for the Batman, and they're
I don't
going to have
remember
a new
interrupting
Batman.
Ryan at all.
The bad thing is I kind of like I didn't hate Robert Pattinson as Batman. And, like,
It wasn't
Batman
bad.
it actually did good box office wise, like especially compared to all the other fucking shit they've put out. The Batman made near $800 million worldwide, didn't it?
I mean, I can, you know, look. Bottom line, as long as
Did
it
I
keeps
interrupt you, Ryan?
You're interrupting now.
Well, you're interrupting Jeremy.
A good discussion is going on. Jay, I don't know.
Damn!
I just heard Steph laugh from across the hall.
Oh God, it gets her every time.
Damn!
Damn. That's pretty good.
One more time. So Graham what expected that one. Here we go.
Damn!
She's gonna fall again.
The worst part in the Batman is that stupid Joker. That Joker is just freaking awful.
Yeah.
You mean the Riddler?
Oh, the
I thought
Joker
his review was really bad. Like, as soon as he started autistically screeching.
No, the Joker. When they see the Joker behind you, Barry Corgi, the guy who was in the Eternals.
The little part of the little Joker part.
Terrible part.
When they were in Arkham or Blackgate, wherever they were at.
Yeah.
Robert McDonald for $50. Is it just me, or does Ryan look like the human version of the kid chicken from Chicken Little, but is now grown up, can't get a job in any movies, and is frequently in and out of celebrity rehab?
What is that? What does that look like? Kid chicken?
Look at Chicken Little. Just look up like that movie.
Ryan is far too happily angry to do drugs. He's very content with his anger.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I don't need to numb it. So, Sir Ubisoft for 20. Jeremy and Ryan, would you be able to contribute to the Iron Age with creative works, or would you prefer contributing as Iron Age critics, replacing the shills, giving honest fare on the new genesis of storytelling like Ripa? Well, I'm certainly not a creative person, so.
Yeah, I mean, bottom line is like Geeks and Gamers is a lot of different things, and it will continue to evolve into a lot of different things. We have 10 YouTube channels at this point in time. I don't know where the fuck I'm at half the time. I don't know what channel I'm on sometimes. There's been times where Ryan's actually mistakenly streamed his channel to our Rumble channel because we have so many fucking channels. We can't keep up with it. But with the D&D channel we've created, with getting involved with Epicverse, we've got video game projects that we're, you know, kind of trying to get involved in. So
doesn't have a retro gaming channel yet.
Doesn't have a retro gaming channel, but me and Dan may have a retro gaming show very soon.
Oh,
maybe, even though I can't get him to show up in main event. Apparently, he wants to do this fucking stream.
Hey, you're talking to me where? On Friday Night Tights?
So, yeah,
I'm here.
So the sky is the limit for Geeks Gamers. I will continue to take this as far as we can take it, and whatever that I think we can maximize our abilities in. And I mean, it's not just me. I mean, Geeks and Gamers has far more creative people than just me. But I'm always open to trying some different stuff. And
I will say this about Ryan: he is a surprisingly good actor for having never done it before. I was actually legitimately surprised at how quickly he hit the ground running with stuff and was like, "Hey, I kind of got an idea for what I want to do," and just kind of went with it. So kudos to him for that, because I was like, "Oh, we're just gonna bring some random, you know, people from Geeks and Gamers. Let's see how this goes." And it's like, "Damn, Ryan's actually killing it, like legitimately." So
there you go. Yep. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. I'm looking forward to seeing the final result there. And all the Epicverse stuff.
Gary looks confused.
That's my normal look. That's my resting.
Resting boomer face.
Slade Lawton for $20.
What's so funny about
Why is that funny?
Out of nothing.
What
was that?
Why?
Slade Lawton for 20. Dan Vasquez is better than Jeremy at Mario Kart. Gary, I'd rather be Julius Caesar on the Ides of March than eat pineapple pizza. Ripa, did you hear about the sad passing of Constantine the Great?
Ripa's like, it don't matter what the fuck I do. These motherfuckers ain't gonna let me off the hook.
Jeremy, it looks like Jeremy's gonna be eating some pineapple pizza.
Nah. Mario's got the billion in the bag.
Gabriel Knight for 10. Hey, Dan Vass, do you have any plans doing a cover of the 1987 G.I. Joe movie intro theme song?
Yes,
If
he
not,
does.
how much Kickstarter money would it take to make it happen?
Oh, never mind. He's not doing it. So what is Kickstarter?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not.
No, yeah, he has no
Nah.
plans whatsoever doing that. Kickstarter?
Is that the touch?
The one I sent you. No, the 87. So the
Oh
one
no,
talked to you.
I mistook it for Transformers. Sorry.
Yeah. So remember the
No,
one?
no. Yeah, I'm not. Okay, so maybe.
No, not at all.
It depends.
Not at all.
How much? Do you
I'd say 500,000 on Kickstarter.
Well,
just maybe that can start the conversation.
That's a modest start. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, me and Dan have talked about him doing that cover, and but I think I'm intrigued now because Dan's lawyers told me that he couldn't do it without $100,000. I don't know. So
I have a lot of projects in line. I need to. Rip was probably thinking, "What is this fucking guy?" Because he's waiting for my demo for like since the last 3 months, since last year, and
It's
Jeremy
all
is waiting for my Geeks and Gamers theme for 2 years, and but I made Gary wait a lot for the Friday Night Tights theme also, and it was a banger. So it's worth it. I promise. It's worth it.
Hey,
you do your thing, man.
Yeah. As I mean, Dan's been really busy playing Fortnite with me. So, so he's been really busy. So.
Oh man, people are gonna think I'm a lazy fuck. I only play at night. Okay.
Hey, a couple nights ago, I did invite him, and he was like, I actually can't do it today, Rolo. I got to record a song.
Exactly.
I was like, hey, okay, he's working.
I was proud of him.
Mm-hmm.
Willpower. Our repeat says, "Hey, Geeks and Gamers, it was great seeing you all at MegaCon meetup. Jeremy J told me at the meetup that he wants the Canadian bear to come back in full force. In fact, he wants to do multiple bears, polar, panda, grizzly, all the bears. Jay,
I was there when he said it,
man.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I was
And
right
Beardo's
there.
confirming it. So
I was pretty happy to hear it.
Stunning and brave.
That's pretty great. Thanks, Jay. I think we can set that up.
No.
What? Canadian bear.
I missed that.
Look
at Graham. He's like, this is the guy.
Not-
This is the guy who I just said I'd sign his fucking Transformers.
Well, Graham's like, well, see you later.
I'm giving you somebody else's address.
I mean, he's not. He's pretty connected. He's pretty connected, Graham. Here we
What's
go.
going on, everybody? Here at Fan Expo. And, oh my God, it's Johnny.
Give me 20 push-ups in your knuckles. You
My
understand, you
God.
stupid bear?
Okay.
right.
Cobra Kai never
die.
That's it. Season 5. Not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, it's coming soon.
That's it. Thank you. You scared the crap out of me.
Jay's eyes teared up. I never noticed that.
Yep.
He was really upset. Yeah.
I never noticed that.
Was Gina there when that happened?
You can hear her laugh.
She recorded it.
So
She was
Gina
recording
recorded
it,
it.
yeah.
That's awesome. That is awesome. So
That's pretty cool.
Jay is a legend. He is a
Jack
legend.
Hudson for $2, a little dog sticker. Thank you. Stephen Wasik for $20. Across the Spider-Verse has a black character with a BLM button on his backpack or something. And well, I think that's Miles Morales. And a kid with the Protect Trans Kids flag in their bedroom wall. Sony just doing Sony things. Pretty much.
That's it.
Rhino
It's not
Helix.
Spider-Man that has that BLM thing. So
That's true. That's why it was so confusing for him.
yeah, I can understand the confusion.
Rhino Helix for 10. I got news for you. That means you're Jay on FNT.
That means you're Jay.
Thank
Corn
you.
Pop for $2. For $2.
There you go, Corn
Says
Pop.
Corn Pop for $2.
Dude, Corn Pop, like since about a month ago, Corn Pop literally took over Tuesday night's main event with probably about $42 super chats. and since then, like the chat just wants Corn Pop to come back. And
They just didn't make any sense.
And Ryan hates it so bad. Ryan hates it so bad.
Green hate anti-liberal.
They didn't make any. All right, my bad.
You interrupted Ryan.
I did. I caught myself.
Damn.
Green-haired anti-liberal channel member says PSA for anyone that loved what is this? The Sudoku games from the 90s. Check out Ayuden Chronicle Rising, made by the same creators without Konami. It looks the same and soul in it. There you go. Thank you, green-haired anti-liberal. Matt HTX43 says, hail TNME, seeing Mario Bros tomorrow. John Wick 4 was good. Let's go. Thank you. Osmora with a gifted membership. Thank you. JS Pena for 2. Who wins in a fight, Bane or Captain America?
Oh, Captain America.
There you go. Captain America.
Pretty sure nobody else's answer matters after Graham.
So we're just all looking at him like he's gonna answer.
Like, well, I don't know, Graham.
I think you're wrong.
I would argue with him.
Go ahead, Gary. Let's do it.
What? I agreed with him. Captain America kicked Bane's ass.
Yeah, he would. He's got the super soldier formula in him, and he's a much more experienced fighter. So if they're pound for pound as strong as each other, Cap wins on skills. I think he kicks his ass.
There you go. And he's got a shield.
There you go.
And he's got a shield. And he's a real American.
That's right.
Yep.
Right. And if Bane might have crossed the border illegally or something, he's got a little extra motivation, so you never know.
Yeah.
D Kenyon for $10. Love Tuesday night, so maybe I can relax with main event and a cigar. Maybe you can use this money to buy Graham a cigar, since I know he also loves them.
Yeah, buddy.
It's been a while since I had a nice cigar.
Yeah.
Josh Kelsey for $20. Thank you. Maria Hargis for $10. Create my first GIF with one of my own character and have sound effect onto my new opening of my video. Very cool, Maria. It's awesome. Jay's sweaty tits for $1.
I do live in Florida.
Wow.
Thank you.
Didn't say anything?
I said for $1. You don't get to say anything for $1.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You want Jay's sweaty tits to talk?
What did you say?
Sweaty tits.
Sweaty tits.
Oh, that was good.
Phenology becomes a channel member. Thank you. Trevor Carlson says, how would y'all handle fixing characters like Batman when Ripa buys DC? How do you put freshness into decades of old characters without universe reboots?
Well, first of all, the first thing you do is fire everybody after you buy it. You get Tom King, all these dickheads that have no idea what the fuck they're doing with the character. You get rid of all of those. You get a competent writer that knows them. Probably the first team you put on is Graham Nolan, Chuck Dixon, because they know them back to front. But there's plenty of stories to be told. I don't believe in the idea that just because they've existed for so long, because even when Graham and Chuck got a hold of them with the Detective Comics stuff, that was going into the 90s. That's how long had Batman existed from then? 70 damn years, or some close to 60, 70 years. So he'd been around, but yet they were still being able to tell these intriguing stories. So. But the first thing you have to do is, of course, get rid of the bad actors if you're going to try to fix anything that's going on. But to your point, on a serious note, I do think that'll be probably the only way these characters start to get salvaged. Not me, certainly individually buying them, but I'm saying someone getting a hold of them, as DC or Warner rather sells off those assets that actually gives a fuck about comics, like actual publishing comics, not just some guy who's just trying to create an IP for him.
Mm-hmm. And turn the characters back to their roots. If they've been around this long, there's a reason for it.
Yep.
There's a core there.
Point.
There's a core aspect to who the character is, and that's what you need to explore. Everything else is ancillary around that.
Yep.
It's awesome.
Go. Dean H for 5. Hail G&G, hail Gary, and hail all panelists. Hope y'all are doing well this evening. Thank you, Dean.
Thank you.
Weston for 10. Part 1. I recently found out that someone I've known for years and have been friends with is a big activist for this trans kid stuff, and they have a child they've taken to drag shows. Well, RIP to that kid, I guess. Sorry to hear that, Weston. Marcus Henry for 20. Jay's trying not to laugh. He's like, I can't laugh at that one. That one's bigoted. I can't laugh at that one. Marcus Henry for 20. I get people's reluctance to Peach in the new Super Mario Brothers movie. I don't care that she's strong. She always has been. The problem is it seems her character has changed. Peach was always ditzy and oblivious, which is why she get kidnapped.
Yes, and to that point, I would say that just like Mario and Charles Martinet's voice wouldn't work for a entire Mario movie, Mario from the games, Mario has to have a little more personality, a little more connectability to carry a movie for an hour and a half. Peach can't be the woo, you know, they're making those noises. She can't just do that the whole time. She's got to have some type of personality. Her personality in the Mario movie, from what I've seen in the trailers, looks a lot like the animated series from back in the day. And but current day Hollywood makes you concerned about that anytime that there's any type of strong female character. So my big concern was when she had that weapon and it looked a lot like Bo Peep or Rey Skywalker. And so it's really about how they portray her versus how she treats Mario and how overall how Mario is treated in the film. So we're just gonna see how it all plays out, but the concerns are valid as hell. And
yeah, we have concern based on the context. I mean,
yep.
We're being hurt too much.
Yeah, I mean so,
listen, if Mario doesn't get to clap cheeks by the end of this thing, I think everyone's gonna walk out disappointed.
Yeah, it sounds like every Mario
and not
game.
with Luigi, all right?
Salty Saurus Rex for $20 over on Locals. Shout out to Locals. I already got Beardo reading Super Chats, and we got Ryan, and he says, can we get Jay to wear his pirate hat and have him read Super Chats with the eye patch on? For $20, Jay. Oh, that's right. You're a millionaire now.
Yeah,
so,
$20 is nothing.
You're not gonna give me $20.
I didn't say I would.
Exactly.
Maji-chan for $10. Got my Mario Bros tickets. Hello, TNME. Keep up the good work, and please shill out A Drink with Crazy, where he puts independent authors and their projects front and center. Airs after FNT. Thank you, Maji-chan.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be on that show.
Crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on that show soon.
There you go. Jolly Roger for 220. January 6th is the name of Dan's bathhouse. Hail.
Dan's bathhouse?
Gay bathhouses.
Gay bathhouses.
Gay bathhouses.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
It's a heterosexual bathhouse. Dan's bathhouse is a heterosexual.
It's all about, gay bathhouses. And it's all about round-the-clock sex. It's all, come on, man.
Hey, Dan's gay bathhouse is only lesbians allowed.
Every time I show a clip of like something like that, I just see Graham just die a little more when he sees Biden talking. So,
oh, absolutely.
Gay.
Yeah.
Gay.
I'm waiting to see the
bathhouse.
oatmeal drip out of his mouth.
Yeah. I still like this one right here.
In San Francisco, it's all about, gay bathhouses. And it's all about round-the-clock sex. It's all, come on, man.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women, sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Oh man,
he's a living Jeff Dunham puppet.
Mad Max becomes a channel member. Thank you. WG with 10 gift memberships. Thank you very much, WG,
10.
our man.
Thank you.
David Nelson for 5. Hail Trump, the Trumpiest of Trumps. Let the trumpets sound. Thank you.
I will be live on CobraCast. Full reaction to his speech. I've heard a lot of people hyping it up. I can't wait to listen to it. So,
Weston for $10. This is part 2 to his super chat about his kid's drag, or not his kid, his friend's kid's drag show. Part 2, I instantly lost respect for this person. I get supporting people being who they want, but not children. It all makes me sick. We need to protect children from this. I think all of us agree with that here, Weston.
Yep.
Jay Ritzy for 20. By the time you read this, you'll have already read it.
Well said.
Wise words.
Very existential.
Yeah. Tonberry Masta for 25. Never knew Mario put it on the frog and Tanuki suits in Super Mario 3 in 1989 was actually a fetish. Well, it basically is now. Yeah. I guess that we should have seen it coming then. All right. That eventually people would be doing that and fucking each other at conventions, having pronouns in their bios, dog shit takes on movies. Kunder Thunt for $10.
Oh, I get it.
Can you read that one again? Who's that $10?
Kunder Thunt for $10. Disney. There are women on this team. X-Men is outdated. Also Disney. Not all the Lost Boys are boys. So anything to fuck with the source material, I guess. Thanks for the show. See you next Tuesday. Thank you. Weston for $5.
The show should have been named.
That's good.
That. Yeah.
Mike, you ain't light skinned. You white skinned.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
Thanks.
Right. He didn't laugh. He didn't laugh. He didn't mean to. Sorry, Jay.
Jay's
Say
racist.
it. Say you're sorry, Jay.
Yeah, my bad.
Those
You need to
racism,
donate to BLM or you're racist.
I need to buy another mansion, so yeah, I need you to donate.
Jay's acrobatic balls for $1.
Oh wow.
He also didn't say anything.
That was a good one.
Erica Perrin, what's up, Erica, for 10. The best breakdown of that stream was on Valiant Renegade's channel. Love to see him on any of your channels. Man, has great insights to the business side. His videos are top notch. Thank you, Erica. Good shout out.
Valiant Renegade.
Zakanen for 20 turned 50 this year and just learned of the Crystar, the Crystal Warrior, number 8 cover, and Danzig Samain logo connection. Blew my mind. There you go. Crystar, the Crystal Warrior, number 8. Psychmonger for 2. Hail G&G, who let Dan Vask in the live stream.
Hey,
I was wondering.
I paid $10 to Jeremy. He had
And Brazilian, so that's like fucking 3 pennies.
Yeah, dude, seriously. If Dan Vasquez in your fucking chat and sends you a super chat, do not get excited. The Brazilian currency is so shit that I end up having to pay money in when Dan Vass sends me a super chat.
Our economy is so bad that when I give you money, you owe me.
Yeah, that's why when I heard that big announcement about China, about like, what was it, China and Brazil deciding to like do exchange in their own currency, I'm like, I didn't realize there's that many wheelbarrows in China that they could afford to fucking pay shit with Brazilian money. But hey,
man, yeah, it's been rough.
Mr. Buttcrack Media gives 5 Geeks and Gamers memberships. 5, thank you. Grandmaster Chris, member for 3 months. Hail G&G and crew. You guys have inspired to start writing my own space opera to fill the void left by Star Wars. Unlike Cody Rhodes, we will win. That's pretty good.
Damn.
Yeah. Ashen Rose gives 5 Geeks and Gamers memberships. Thank you, Ashen Rose. And then Clint Lombard gives 10 Geeks and Gamers memberships. You guys are just killing it. Thank you. Marcus Henry for 2. Rolos are weird.
Oh. Puerto Rico.
Magnum Norris for $10. The day I take Grace Randolph's advice on Mario is the day I take Wino's suburban single mother's advice on Mario.
Yeah, Grace is she's a bad take machine, man.
Yep.
That one was funny though. That one was, I was like, what in the hell is she talking about? So
Robert McDonald for 20 Graham. So I meant to contribute to the fundraiser for Joe Frankenswiener, a new dirty comic. Any chance I can get a refund? I was a bit concerned if the buyer to your cigar was one of Bill Clinton's. Looking forward to it.
I have nothing.
Robert McDonald for another 20. Gary needs to slow down on the PEDs and lifting at the gym. His head is starting to swell up like Mr. Magoo, and Barry Bonds had a kid.
What?
What?
Never slow down the gym. Never slow down the
Never
gym.
slow down the gym. I don't care about fucking how big my dick is. I don't give a shit.
Magnum Norse for 10. Sausage pizza in the blackened back bathroom.
here goes that meme. I'm surprised it took that long to get to this one. So
Yeah.
last week, Jay, being the meme machine that he is, I don't even know how this started. Like somebody sent like a Men in Black super chat, but they misspelled it or something. They got
They
the
asked
voice
about
around,
bathrooms, and I said
Yeah.
Men in Black.
No, you said
Go to-
blackened men or
I
men,
was like, go to
black men bathrooms or
something
something.
like that. Blackened Men. I didn't say like they wrote it
Blackened
like
Men, a Gary prison story.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Holy
no.
fuck.
Eric
maybe
K
look
for
it
2, Who is Barry from Boomrotic?
What?
Don't know.
My
Thank you,
aborted
Eric.
friend.
Wedge Seraph, remember for a month, judge a man not by the color of his skin, but by the mutilation of his genitals. I believe that was an MLK quote.
Rob, did we get the latest 50 from
slam that pussy?
Did we get the latest 50 from Robert McDonald?
Let me look.
Just came in. So like, I mean, like I probably
no.
5 minutes
Robert
ago.
McDonald for 50. Only way I could get through season 1 of Rings of Power was to microdose until I could make myself hear that girl playing Galadriel sound and emote like Ron Swanson.
Dude, Gary took pride in our misery for all FNT. He's like, Rings of Power this week, you fucks, you gotta watch it too. And we're like, no.
All 8 episodes.
This is awful, dude.
Luckily,
that was
the way things are
torture.
going, we may never see a season 2. So that'd be good.
Yeah.
Right? Oh,
That is
God
true.
has his way.
Good Lord, man. It's so
Robert
bad.
McDonald for 20. How fucking cringe is it going to be to watch Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn and Joaquin as Joker nauseatingly overact through their first kiss in that movie?
Did you see the she's dancing down the same stairway he did in the first one?
I did see that.
I did not like. I was like, no.
It's like she going to be like trying to emulate him or whatever. That'll probably be like
female
way they're going
Joker.
with it.
Is it a musical?
That's what I
it's like part musical, right?
Guess what? You know what we all said and what everybody fucking said after Joker hit like $1 billion at the box office? I think almost universally, I know I was saying it, don't do another one.
Don't do another one.
Don't do another one. Don't do another one. Don't do another one. Just fucking end it. But you knew that they weren't going to just, a $1 billion movie, they're going to do another one.
Yeah,
of course, here we
Is
are.
really there gonna be songs?
Yeah.
I'm gonna milk that.
There you go. Do it.
You're going to milk Gaga?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Mikey Gusler for 10. Woke Metal Magazine, Loudwire, put out on their social media, they found Kid Rock's behavior dangerous and tried to throw shade, saying the person in the ad has a better career than Kid Rock ever had.
That ain't fucking.
that's
true.
obviously
That's
false.
fucking
That's
insane.
nobody. It's funny because Loudwire's covered a lot of our band. I don't know if they're too fond of us anymore, but sad to hear that. It's not surprising at all.
No, man, like Kid Rock's that first big album he had was one of the biggest albums of all time, and it crossed over between like rock, rap, country,
all over the place. Yeah,
I mean he was in every genre of music, man. I mean he was fucking huge.
Woke metal heads make no sense whatsoever. They're
No, they don't. It's not
living a
actual
lie.
metal.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's not actual heavy metal.
Nope.
To be fair, Dylan Mulvaney, I mean, listen, all they had to do is pretend to be a fucking girl, and all of a sudden they got every fucking corporate sponsor possible fucking giving them ads, making them do shit for them. Like, hey, it turns out it's pretty easy. Men make better women. They just got to pretend that they're a woman, right? And they get all these fucking things and get beer ads. And there's been people that are fucking like influencers that have been like grinding and doing that shit forever. All of a sudden, pretend you're a fucking girl, be really fucking cringe, and you got every single corporate sponsor lining up to give you a bunch of money.
And so many people in our realm are retweeting it. It's like, fucking stop. Just fucking stop. I'm so fucking tired of seeing that.
Everywhere
guy.
I look, I see his
But
face.
you're also making them tons of money. Like that and that's
Yeah.
the point where it's working. So yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It's like I might have mentioned this person once on a stream, but it's like I see this dude get tweeted by conservatives and right wingers more than Ian Miles Chong at this point. You know what I mean? Like it is crazy how much. Yeah, Ryan's good buddy. So.
Oh yeah. The Malaysian who's never been to America, but
yeah.
on American politics, who's swatted people and almost got a dog killed. Yeah, I remember that guy. Yep. Ripped off money from the quartering for an e-girl that he didn't even get any from, which is pretty sad.
He didn't even fuck. That's the worst part of that story. Like if he would have fucking got it, it's okay, whatever. You could justify it.
Yeah, right. A little more
You
respect for
justify a
him.
lot,
He didn't even get any, dude.
Jake Skywalker for 2. Go away. Thank you. BMO better for 2. Rolo lost money.
What?
So weird.
I'm sure he did at some point in life, but
what?
Ruben Christopher Haynes.
Oh,
What's
everybody
up,
loses
Ruben?
money.
I mean,
This
I went to
is
watch the Star
time.
Wars sequel trilogy, so I definitely lost money.
Aha.
I did a bunch of drugs.
Ruben Christopher
There you go.
Haynes, member for 20 months, says, "This is the time of men of action to rise. This is the time of courage of heroes. In a toxic world, I am near death. I now laugh at death. I exclaim, is that all you got? I now rise for you. Hail."
Hail, Ruben.
Hail, Ruben.
Hey, and Vegas. How close to Vegas are we now, Gary?
Oh wow, we are. I'm God, X-ray
3 weeks
girl's
in a
not
day.
here. I can't.
Yeah.
Do the math. It is the 22 days.
23rd. So
22 days away, but I'm
Gary
like
on the
less than that. Well, X-ray girl's not here. I didn't do my
I know.
math. You know, usually I've got her here to do my math. It's on the 21st.
No, it's on the
You know,
26th.
okay? I'm getting there on the 21st.
Okay, that's not what it is, though.
We have a meetup. Okay, that's what I'm. Okay, I'm just concerned about me, Ryan. Okay, no, it's on the 26th, which is a Wednesday. Chrissy's show is the following day. We're doing Friday Night Tights. There may be something on Tuesday that I can announce, although it got announced on Real BBC, but we can't announce it now because there's a little problem. But we're going to work out that problem and get it fixed. And if we don't get it fixed, then I'm going to rip a giant corporation a new one. So
that was interesting. That was a journey I wasn't ready for.
Yeah. So yeah, 26. So it's like 22 days away.
All right, there we go. There we go.
It's 3 weeks in a day.
We got Robert McDonald for another 50.
50.
Kid Rock and Joe Dirt may have been the most on-point casting in the history of former SNL cast movies. Kid Rock and Joe Dirt was fantastic. 100% on that. I haven't seen Joe Dirt in a long time. So Disco Cobra for $100. $100 in the house. I may not go out of my way to do a Kid Rock and shoot Bud Light cans to show my disdain for woke culture. I will, however, stand up for what I believe in. My stance will always be the truth above all else. You believe what you want, but don't force me to believe that way. Well said.
Wise
And
words.
unfortunately, that's a toxic, controversial opinion right there.
Yeah.
That puts you in cancellation mode
Problematic.
these days. You know,
Truth
that's
is a fascist
Yeah.
dog whistle.
Pure
yeah.
Nazi.
I mean, it's just insane. So,
Mhm.
Tonberry Masta, how the heck did Mike get his hair back so fast?
It's magic.
They call him Magic Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Squeeze your ass cheeks together really tight, and your hair will grow.
Magic Meek.
No, magic.
I tried that, Mike. It doesn't work.
Oh man.
Alec Baldwin's finger for $10. Ram, how can I get my hands on those giant-sized, two-fisted manly tales book? I missed the campaign.
CompassComics.com. You can
Did
order
you
it
see-
there.
There you go.
Chuck Dixon just
CompassComics.com.
tweeted, Marvel thought my Moon Knight omnibus needed a warning, and I'm looking at it. It says this content contains depictions of racism, sexual assault, and suicide. Reader discretion is advised. What the fuck?
It's basically just a good advertisement for it, to be honest.
I mean, I just want to read it, but
Yeah.
You want to sell me that?
Yeah.
Oh my God, man.
Wow.
God.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Slaglust, Jay, would you eat a Kerr's pink potato raw?
What?
That no.
All right. Taters Vivo for $5.
What?
What?
All right.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I had asked a question and got an
Yeah.
answer. Taters Vivo for $5. Jay has
that
joined a
code
lot
for
of
something?
black bathrooms to get on FNT.
Did.
I mean, it looks like he's going to be on F&T this Friday, right, Gary? Is that going to happen?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Wow. This
What
is
about the
historical.
thumbnail
Look at
though? But
that.
is he going to make the thumbnail? That's the question.
Well, maybe like his little channel logo below the, because we have a guest. We have a
Okay.
guest, Drew
Oh, Drew
Nice.
Hernandez.
Hernandez.
Legend.
A
Hell
couple of the
yeah.
regulars won't be there, though.
Yeah, well, you have a Chrissy will be gone, and Odin is doing some religious thing.
I think
So,
he's driving to see his family. Yeah.
For some religious thing. Yeah.
True.
He's so religious.
We respect
Robert-
his religion, though. We do. Just not him. No, I'm just
Robert McDonald for 20. Jay, say you got a chubby with your eyes without saying you got a chubby when you got the Cobra Kai choke out. Meeting your heroes can be awkward. That's why he had a tear in his eye.
That's not exactly what happened. But
he's always, could you choke me, please?
I didn't know.
Choke me,
Hey,
please.
Jay asked Johnny Lawrence to choke him.
I didn't, but I didn't know he was gonna do that. I thought he was gonna like bump my shoulder, like walk past me and be like
Like
get
what
out of the way,
Tony
Bear.
did. What like Tony did.
Yeah,
Real
yeah,
world
that's what
tactics.
I thought when we worked that out. But talking about not meeting your heroes, man. I went and saw Hayden Christensen. I had like 5 seconds to like say something cool, and
What'd
I
you
just
say?
said like,
What'd
"Do
you
you really not like sand?" And he didn't even answer me. He just kind of like looked, and we looked at the camera. I didn't know what to do, and so
The picture's so bad.
you can see Hayden's eyes just like looking like
He's like,
He had dead
this
eyes.
guy, yeah.
End of a
pretty
con.
bad.
He's had a lot of retards say dumb shit to him all day.
Yeah.
He's like, oh man.
I just was peak, you know.
How many
What else
times
does
did
that guy
somebody
have
ask
to
him
do?
that?
Yeah.
Damn it, man.
Well, it was a special because the manager of Hayden Christensen is the same manager for Gina Carano, and he saw Krista at MegaCon because he met us all last year. We all went out to dinner together. So he messaged Krista and was like, "Oh, you're here? Hey, like I'm here with Hayden Christensen." And then I found out he messaged Krista, so I texted him. I was like, "Hey, man, I'm here too." He's like, "Oh man, come on up." And then so he didn't know, like the line for Hayden was so freaking long. They had to move him from the ground floor to the second floor. And, you know, when it was all the last text I got was like, "I don't know when I can get y'all in. There's so many people. So if you just want to wait, it could take an hour or two." So I just went up and like just sat on the floor. And then he finally he was in the middle of a break and they're like, "Hey, come on in and like, we'll get a picture." And I was like, "Can I I'll just do a quick selfie." And Hayden was like, "Nah," because they said if they saw me take a selfie with him, a lot of people would want to do the same thing. So the manager just get in the line. So he walked me up to the front of the line to get a picture. And yeah, I was like, "So do you really not like sand?" And
Good job.
they heard me out as fast as I got in. So
I actually have a clip of when that moment actually happened, and showing the awkwardness of it.
Hey guys. Oh, big gulps, huh? All right. Well, see you later.
See you later.
pretty much how it went.
God damn it, Jay. It's so funny.
Hey, you don't like
Mike.
sand, huh?
Well, hey, Mike,
see you
I know
later.
you need to get going, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I gotta bounce, but hey,
Mike,
make
let them know
sure.
where they can find you, bro.
Yeah, make sure it's Thursday. Secrets of the Frost Maiden, G&G Tabletop. Go check it out. A lot of people are still surprised that we have a new start time, 1 p.m. Eastern. It's a blast. We're having a good time. Every week, Arudai remembers why he shouldn't have picked me as a player in his game. So yeah, you watch the life leave his eyes every week. It's a really fun time. Also go check out epicverse.tv. Go sign up. We're gonna have some updates for you guys, probably a couple months here. Got some really cool stuff we've been working on. So yeah, go check it out there. And then you can catch me on Twitch and Twitter under _epic_Mike. And yeah, that's all I got. Appreciate it. And you guys are the best.
Have a good one, bro.
Oh yeah, Mike.
Take it easy,
Mike,
guys.
legend.
Take it easy, man. Bye.
Take care, Mike.
Bye.
I think I'm gonna bounce too, guys.
Okay.
I
Hey,
still
man.
got some work I gotta get done tonight.
It was awesome having you on,
I
man.
do appreciate you having me on too. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, man, it was great. And but before you leave, since we got Steph here, because I know you enjoyed the clip, so this is for you, Graham and Steph.
Damn!
It's just so good.
That's how I'm gonna exit.
Hey, Graham. Hey, but seriously, Graham, let them know where they can find you. Tell them once again, our mods are going to drop the links as you tell them. It's an honor to have you here, man. We really appreciate it, and anything we can do to help you out, we're more than happy to do that.
Much appreciated. You know, I know you got a big gaming audience, and I wanted to just talk a little bit about a company that Chuck and I are owners and starters up in, called spinrack.io. It's going to be it's an interactive comics metaverse destination where fans can collect rare NFTs, play games, create comics with us, with Chuck and I, and earn real world rewards. We have our first mobile game coming out. I think it's next week, but pretty soon. It's either next week or the week after. But the website is up, and you can sign up there and get more information. So it's spinrack.io.
I love that.
Oh yeah, man, that is awesome. And
it's going to be based on all of Chuck's and my IPs too. So
okay,
it's going to be really, really cool. And then we have the Ghost of Metacumba Key, and of course compasscomics.com. I'm on Facebook, Twitter. I'm not on TikTok. I don't want the Chinese to get any more information than they already have.
I heard that.
And Twitter too. Just you can search my name. Oh, and I got a YouTube channel too.
Okay. Mods be dropping links all night, so we appreciate it, man. And if you need anything else, it's great having you on, and welcome back anytime.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Take it easy, Graham.
Good night, man.
Great evening. Thanks again.
Nice meeting you.
Bye-bye.
Take it easy. Bye-bye. All right, so Graham Nolan, everybody, that was awesome. Super, super awesome having him here. And man, what a guy. So that's super cool. Let's see. Ooh, oh shit, I had a question for him too from Alec Baldwin's finger. I pinned it earlier too. Robert McDonald for $100.
100
says Gary, as another person born before Nixon stepped down, I gotta say you have a hell of a busy year coming up. Vegas, UK, multi-hour streams on Tuesday, Friday, Sunday. Plus, we are at the pinched age. Taking care of our moms and our kids. Much love, nerd. Give him a hand. Give Gary a hand, everybody. Gary, hit your applause button for yourself. Go ahead. Oh man, it's awesome.
I did it.
Yeah. So
you do what we can.
Nah, man, Gary's crushing it. So it's awesome. It's awesome. So
thanks.
And we got Nova here. Hi, Krista Nova.
Hi. Oh, sorry, that was loud. Hi.
Meek, yeah.
Meek.
That's what I figured. I figured you were gonna say Meek. That's what I was waiting on. So.
Meek. There we go.
There we go. So Gary, I know you don't have much. You can go whatever you need to bounce, man. I know you were gonna hang out here because I asked you on because Graham was here, and it was awesome to have both of you on. And I think it was a good show. So whenever you got to bounce, man.
Yeah,
so.
I'll take off.
Okay.
I've got work to do for a couple more hours.
Got some videos to do. Not you.
I've got one that was ready, but your boyfriend Trump sucked all the oxygen out of freaking YouTube today. So I'm like, I'm releasing it tomorrow.
Yeah, it's been a pretty busy day. Did you see how the resources that went into simply bringing him to New York? Did you see that? So he tweeted it out, or truthed it out, whatever you want to call.
$2 million or something.
This just shows you, like, he shut down the entire city of New York. That's how, like, here it is. Let me share this really quick.
He had to love this. This is like catapulting him in the office.
Oh, 100%. So right here.
Solidified the base. It was just what a
there you go.
Insanely dumb backfire.
I know. Alvin Bragg shut down New York City, brought in 38,000 NYPD officers, and will spend an estimated $200,000 of NYC funds for
$200 million.
$200 million. I'm sorry. For a totally legal $130,000 NDA. On top of that, the Ninth Circuit Court just awarded me $122,000, which happened during his arraignment. That happened during his arraignment for Stormy Horseface Daniels to have to pay him back. So it totals it up to $500,000. So it's like, holy crap, dude. Like, this is what it took just to simply bring this man to New York. And now they've basically, and from what we were told from within the courts, they told the judge, they were like, they wanted him back December 4th. And Trump's team was like, do you understand what it like the strain that it takes on this city to bring him? It's like, does he have to be here? And they're like, we understand that, but we need him here. It's like, holy shit, man. Like, this is crazy. So
Pay
anyway,
your taxes, suckers.
Yeah, I heard that. So more on Cobra Cast later tonight on that front. And by the way, Kevin just dropped 50 gifted Geeks and Gamers memberships.
50.
Kevin's always dropping bombs over on Cobra Cast. Now he's dropping on Geeks and Gamers. Thank you, Kevin. 50 gifted memberships. 50. There we go. All right,
That's
Gary.
a lot.
What do you got going on, Gary, besides Vegas and not remembering anything else?
No, Vegas is on my mind, making content, making as much content, well, whatever Hollywood provides, until then, so I can actually just, so when I go there this time, I don't have to make a video in the middle of it, but I mean, that She-Hulk was out, I had to do it, and I missed all the fun stuff. I want to go to Top Golf, guys. I was thinking about Top Golf. Yeah. My kid went on a field trip to Top Golf today, and I think we should do a Top Golf day.
Nice.
Hey, I'm okay with that. Oh, I mean, look, so the problem is I'm driving. Me and the whole crew's driving, except for Ryan, he's flying. But like, we're also trying to go to SoCal, to Universal, to cover Nintendo World.
It's a 4-hour drive, 5-hour drive.
I know, but then I got to get back. So it's like I've almost thought about flying because, good Lord,
you're gonna have to fly. Just fly and rent a van there. And
please, can we fly, Jeremy? Please.
It would make more sense to fly.
Dude, I flew to Orlando.
Don't give a fuck. Don't use that over me. Don't use that over me.
He did fly to Orlando, Jeremy.
I did.
Does Gary hate flying almost as much as Jeremy does?
I fucking hate it probably more than Jeremy. But I'll be doing a lot. It'll give you more time in Vegas. You'll be more relaxed. It's fun. You could rent a fun car. You can rent a really fun car while you're there. I think
this is some bitch. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I got to kind of make a decision soon because plane tickets 2 weeks out is still affordable.
Yep.
So
yeah. Well, yeah. You're still good, and it's not like it's going to be super busy. It might be kind of around spring break, but I don't think so. So
after spring break,
CinemaCon is going to be there, so we can run into Campia. It'll be tons of fun.
I can't wait to see Robert.
Robert is free as a bird now, and Robert's going to be there. Chris Gore is going to be there. Some other people might be there. It's going to be tons of fun.
Hayden for 50. Beardo's not here to back me up on that one.
50!
There we go. Hayden for 50. Can't wait to see you guys at the meetup. Hayden is coming to Vegas, so that is going to be awesome. Can we expect Graham or Epic Mike to be there? Much love, everyone. Is there any word if Graham's going to be there?
I don't know. I don't know. Can Eric be there? Are you going to be busy, Eric?
He's too busy. He's a millionaire.
I know.
It's in 22 days, according to Gary's math.
That's according to my horrible math.
It's on April 20. It's on April 26th. And we're doing FNT from there on Friday, April 28th.
Maybe I had to.
I'll show you the dates, and I have a couple of things I want to ask you too. So
okay, that works.
I'll DM you, bro.
That works.
But, hey, this is the long goodbye. Mandalorian review.
You're worse than that.
I know, right? my first Disney Star Wars review since Obi-Wan. Has it been a year? Has it been just a year?
I don't think it's been quite a year, has it?
Feels like it's been 10.
Yeah, but, it does.
Yeah. So I've Mandalorian is terrible. Is objectively like as bad as Obi-Wan. It's
Mongoloidian.
I've been laughing out loud watching it. It is so stupid. So I got to make a video. This shit's funny. Like, it's so funny. So that'll be out tomorrow. And don't forget to watch Cobra Cast in an hour, something like that.
About an hour. Yeah. About an hour. So
thanks for having me, everybody.
Always a pleasure.
You're welcome, Gary.
Damn, you're welcome, Gary.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. And Bon Jovi sucks.
Before you leave, Gary, and this is gonna excite Drunk 3PO. Okay, where'd it go? Damn it, Project Egg Roll. They said They were going to be at the meetup with egg rolls. Hang on, where the fuck did it go? Can't find it now.
Egg rolls by then. I haven't had like a freaking carb in 2 weeks. So
there we go. God damn it! As soon as whoever highlighted that, there we go. The egg rolls will be at the meetup. Can't wait, Jay.
Yes.
Nice.
I don't know if I'm going.
Oh, Jay.
What?
It's expensive, man. It's expensive.
You're
You can hang out with me,
now. What
Jay.
the hell are you talking about?
I haven't really got that money yet, so.
Oh my God. I am never gonna financially recover from this.
Wow.
You have $7,500,000 now.
What the fuck did you just say?
That is Brazilian. Okay, that's not American.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
$7,500,000.
I didn't mean to be rude. It's a lot. It's expensive.
But Project Egg Roll is going to be there.
I know.
Yeah. That's all right. We got you, egg roll. We got you.
Yeah,
I'll be
they
there.
got you.
Jay will be there.
All right.
Don't worry.
Jay,
I'll
we can
take
go to
care of
Busch
that.
Gardens. We can go to
Jay will
Busch
be
Gardens.
there. All right, Gary, get out of here, Gary. Take it easy, Gary. Oh man.
Hayden for $20. Hail G&G. Hail the fellowship. Graham, Rip a Mike. Can we expect to see any of you guys at FNT meetup? No pressure. Can't wait to meet everyone else there. Thanks for being here tonight, everyone. Much love. We'll have to see who can make it.
Yep.
Ginger Beard for 10. Hail all. Jeremy, Ryan, Jay, and Beardo. It was awesome meeting you guys at MegaCon. I was the ginger bearded man in the wheelchair. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna take the wheelchair ginger man. He's gonna come to Universal, and I'm gonna pick him up out of the chair and put him in all the rides. So that's gonna be a fun day.
Hell
we already worked it out.
Nice.
Awesome.
Don't drop him.
You're supposed to be there too, Beardo, because
Yeah, no, I'm
it's
gonna
kind of heavy.
Yeah, I'll be carrying around the park the whole time. We'll just ditch the wheelchair and we'll just carry him.
We got you, man. It's gonna be a great day.
Yep.
Aaron K for 5. Next, Jay will be asking Gary, like he asked Suresh, who was the model for your underwear?
I don't think so.
What?
Who's underwear?
Chris Benoit for 550.
Oh no.
Hi, drunk 3PO.
Oh,
My son
God.
seems upset at me for some reason. Would your book be a nice thing to read him at bedtime? Thanks.
Why'd you read that as if it were dirty?
Do you know who Chris Benoit is?
He doesn't know the lore. He doesn't know.
It's okay. Just look up Chris Benoit and Chris Benoit's family. I don't know if Google works in your country, but Magnum Norse for 10. I figured out why Gary needs to play free-for-all multiplayer on any first-person shooter ever.
That would be fantastic to watch.
The Tau General for 20. Hey,
Dan,
guys.
are you looking it up? Dan?
What?
Are you looking it up?
I'm not.
I'm not.
Why?
Because he wants you to get the joke. The Tau General.
I'll post it here.
$20
in the private chat for you, Dan.
Hey guys, been a fan for a while, but first, super chat. You guys are amazing, and I listen to you guys every week at work. I got married this past weekend. Oh well, my congratulations, and 8 years condolences. And asked my guest.
Holy shit! Okay.
Let me reiterate. So I got married this past weekend and asked my guest to help with our new PC for school and her gaming. No one helped. What the fuck? Well, that sucks, Tau General. That no one helped, but
it does suck.
Congrats on getting married.
Congratulations.
So that's beautiful.
Strangling cord.
That's not funny.
No, it's not. But
it's not. It's truly one of the worst stories.
It's horrible. It's absolutely
The
horrible.
super chat is funny though.
Yeah,
the super chat is funny.
Yeah.
It's
The
rough,
more you know,
man.
Dan.
It's rough. Yeah, Dan's like, what's so horrible about that?
Yeah, that sounds dirty when you say it.
Yeah.
Clint Lorman for 10. Am I the only one who hopes George Lopez's character gets killed by his supervillain? He takes his last breath begging for Batman to save him. Probably not.
You're not.
Yo Jitsu for 5. Hail G&G. Hail the fellowship. Jay, my dude, keep pushing.
Yo Jitsu. What's up, man?
Jay loves
Not
the Asian people.
He's not.
Gingerbeard becomes a channel member. Thank you, buddy. Westward's Westward Smile, member for 2 months. So January 6th is actually happening.
I actually talked to Jeremy last January 6th, and he was like, no.
I didn't do that, but now
next
with the
year,
channel, the way the
we
channel's
have to
doing
do
now,
something.
we have to do it. We have January 6th. So
like you
mark
just
your
start a stream, says nothing, and instead of you, I show up, and then I don't know.
I mean, I personally like. Are you gonna be in Orlando at that point?
Oh, I'm pretty
You
sure.
just like so I should just fire up a stream and then you come in and clothesline the fuck out of me and just take over and I've never come back to the stream. I'm gone.
Yeah,
that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Take a steel chair, like wrestling style, and just like hit me in the back.
Yeah, man. Jap mandates in your country to enter the United States are supposed to end in May. The United States is one of the last countries to lift it. So after May, everything's possible.
Hell yeah.
War Machine with 5 gift memberships. Thank you very much, War Machine. Dan C with 5 Geeks and Gamers memberships. Thank you. And Valkyria Winter with 5 Geeks and Gamers memberships.
He can say it. I can't.
You guys are killing it. Thank you. Cliff for
Ryan,
10 bucks.
We can't just overlook the fact that you can say the name and I can't.
What?
I don't really know why you can't.
Valkyria. Is that it? Valkyria?
Yeah. Valkyria. You can say it.
Sounds good.
Hey.
Mission accomplished.
Yay.
It's like Valkyrie.
Yeah. Cliff for 10 bucks. Gary, I'll be moving to the great state of Texas from California at the end of the month to go to trade school and beyond. Any advice for new transplants to your home state? Sorry, he's gone now, Cliff, but just get the fuck out. I think that's the best advice. Zach, up the graph for $2. Appreciate Jay's love tonight.
Thank you.
Love for Jay or love from
Yeah,
Jay?
what kind of love?
Says appreciate Jay's love tonight.
Yeah, Jay's love can be love for Jay or from Jay.
Thank you.
Uncle Squatch for 5. Gary, did you get those Elric books I sent you? They're supposed to arrive over the weekend. Hope they made it in one piece. Have fun at the meetup. Sorry, we couldn't ask him. Darian Murphy for 10. Hey, Jeremy, don't know if you got my message about the animation video. I sent it a little late.
Let me check.
He wasn't paying attention.
Darian Murphy sent the message. You said.
Shaz Naviv for Aussie 15. What about the Phantom? Anyone up for bringing the real ones from the comics back? P.S. Dan rocks and can't wait for Friday. Dan has a bathhouse.
Apparently now I do. It's a
Dan.
lesbian bathhouse.
Hopefully they only send the good-looking ones there.
Yes.
Dan, one more time. What do you got going on Friday? Let the peeps know.
Oh, yeah. This Friday, metal version of Amazing Grace celebrating Easter. It's going to melt your faces. It's emotional. It's epic. It's heavy. You guys, I can't wait for you guys to hear it.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Jake
Can't
cried.
wait. Can I show you guys something that's going to just hit you in the nostalgia so hard that you're probably not going to be able to get up? Are you ready for this?
Not what I thought you were going to say, but yes.
This is going to hit you in the nostalgia so damn hard. Here you go. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, man.
The N64 controllers at McDonald's. The whole setup. Look at
That's awesome. We didn't have that.
Oh, man. It was
S-tier.
the coolest.
Yeah.
It was the coolest thing ever. You have no idea.
Oh, man,
how
those
cool that
controllers
was.
must be greasy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Didn't matter.
Yeah. Oh man, that's beautiful right there. That is, damn it, that's amazing. I miss that shit.
See if there's one on eBay you could put in the.
Oh, it must
G&G.
cost a lot.
Yeah.
Taters Vivo for 2. Jay, would you eat a raw rose fin apple
Why do
potato?
people want me to eat a potato? I don't understand. Like, what is this potato? Why do you guys want me to eat a potato?
Just
Like a
answer the
raw one.
question.
Are you mad?
No, not at all.
Just answer the question,
answer
bro.
the question.
No, thank you.
They
Thank you for
donated
this-
money.
Oh my
Rachel Lowry, or sorry, Robert Lowry. I made you transition there. What the
Whoa.
fuck? Robert Lowry gives 5 Geeks and Gamers memberships. Thank you,
Thank
Robert.
you. Potato.
Jason Platten for 5. Jeremy, 2 to 3 years. Once Trump wins in 2024, TDS is going to take over all again. Garbage entertainment's going to be around for a lot longer.
And potatoes.
Well, there was bad news on the political front that tonight the Wisconsin Supreme Court seat was lost, which is actually pretty bad because the 3 states that he has to win in 2024, Arizona, Georgia, and Wisconsin. And with the Supreme Court changing Wisconsin, there's going to be some shenanigans.
A lot of different election rules that get passed.
Yeah, they can change a lot of things there.
The Tau General for 10. All our guests just ate and left. Kind of scrappy on their parts. But glad to be a fan of you guys. And you're all goats except Jay. He's my spirit animal.
That almost sounded like it was not a compliment, but I still think it is.
Cow?
Maybe. Dan C for 10. Woke metalheads are not metalheads.
Exactly.
Yeah, true.
Woke metalheads are like saying, I don't know, wet fire. It doesn't exist.
I do like
Doesn't
potatoes.
exist.
I just don't know why they want me to eat a raw one. That's all.
Roman General for 2. Grace Randolph hated Mario. LOL. Yay, no women here. Well, there weren't. Mad Dog Gamer for 10. In regards to the Mario movie, out of all the scenes to show, they chose the Slay Queen Peach training course clip while also disabling comments because they knew it'd get backlash. Hope it's not woke.
Yep.
I don't think they disabled comments. I think it was for kids, so you can't comment if there's something for kids. So like Hasbro, Hasbro runs like
on
those
YouTube?
G.I. Joe. Yeah.
On YouTube, I think it's been 3 years since they deactivated completely comments from kids-oriented videos.
Yes.
Not sure why.
Inboard for 5. Who's eating pineapple pizza? Odin or Jeremy? Place your bets now. The movie seems mid, which is a shame, but good for Nintendo if it does hit $1 billion.
I mean, I still think that $1 billion is definitely within the realm of possibility. Obviously, it doesn't seem like it's going to have... Look, man, The Secret Life of Pets made like $900 million, okay? That wasn't a good movie. And it ain't like it ain't like people were just raving about that. So yeah,
I like that movie. It's cute.
There's difference in a good movie versus something you enjoy. Like Toy Story is an objectively good movie. Okay.
Yeah.
So Toy Story is on a different level. I think a lot of people were expecting that Mario was going to be potentially like a Toy Story level movie. I don't know if that was ever going to be the case. It's based off a fucking video game, and not a single human being on the planet has ever said, I want to play Mario for the story. That's never happened. Everybody's like, I want to play Mario for the experience, for the journey, for, the gameplay, the challenge, whatever. So I don't know, man. It's definitely got a chance. This opening weekend is going to be massive, and then we just got to see how the legs are from there. I'll have a better feeling of it tomorrow after I see it. I'll have a better feeling.
That lady in Nashville did a really good Toy Story Woody impression. After Andy comes in the room. Mike Hill for $5. The new Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse movie has gone woke, having Protect Trans Kids flag in the trailer. We talked about it a little bit earlier, Mike.
Yes.
Mikey Gussler for 10. Please invite Jay Longbone on a Friday Night Tights, Tuesday Night Main Event, Real BBC, etc. She's a real one, deserves some love. The last time she was on FNT was November of 2021. Get her on now. Doesn't seem like it was that long. The 2 times she's been on FNT, I feel like she's had internet issues. But it's crazy if it's been that long. But thank you, Mikey. And then Mikey for another 10. If I was meeting Hayden, I'd ask him what it was like to hold his lightsaber for the first time. Favorite scenes he filmed. Get to know what got cut from films, etc. The sand has run its course. For next time, Jay.
Yeah, next time.
Next time.
Our Master J for 5. Graham, are you going to sell your old book so we can get caught up on the story? Digital, cheap paper copies. Would love to read from the start. You can go to his website, compasscomics.com, it sounds like, and that's where you can get some of the ones that are out already. Stephen Wasik for 10. I really like Hayden Christensen in Jumper. A really underrated movie of his is Shattered Glass, about a journalist who gets 86 for putting out fake news. What a novel concept, but I digress. Jumper is kind of shit, but I liked it.
I like Shattered Glass. Yeah. I own it. I actually own Shattered Glass.
What was that other one he was in? Takers? Was he in Takers? It's like I'm
a heist movie?
I think so. It's like Takers,
Wasn't
I
he
believe.
in some like horror movie with like Jessica Alba or something?
I liked the movie Awake.
Is that one I'm thinking of? Is it like a horror movie
can't
kind
remember. He has a surgery and he's like awake during the surgery.
of? Is it with his eyes or something?
I can't remember what surgery it was, but yeah, he's like in a surgery. I love that movie. It's so good. It's creepy though.
Yeah, he was in Takers. A lot of people were in Takers. Paul Walker, Chris Brown, Idris Elba, Matt Dillon. T.I. was in it. T.I. was in it. Ryan will watch it. He's a big.
Oh shit. Josh Krutchke for 5. Retardation, or as it is, they conflate their biases for reality. Thank you, Josh. Fantastic Mr. Knox for 5. And like clockwork, critics crapped on Mario movie. Guess not enough ESG points. Let's see how the audience thinks of this film. Already bought my tickets. We'll see it tomorrow. A Rude Eye.
I'm excited.
A Rude Eye for $10. G&G Tabletop's only 600 away from 10,000 subs.
Man,
or as
that's
Dan
awesome.
would say, 10,100 subs. Please subscribe and get us there. If you do, you'll get to see Jeremy play a tabletop game.
Yep. 10,000 subscribers. Let's go. Geeks and Gamers Tabletop.
Hayden for $10. Did someone say Janays?
Janays.
They might have.
Craig Morning for 5. Trump with a face tattoo 2024. Well, I did like we finally have a black president. I did like that tweet that I saw. We fucking got arrested. Evil Black Cat for 20. Disney left a vacuum for a very thirsty audience. If Illumination wants to serve Disney a fat duck, all they need to do is make a semi-musical, non-woke princess flick and eat their lunch right in front of them.
That's it.
Yeah, kids need entertainment that their parents can trust taking them to. Bottom line.
Yeah.
And Disney has failed in that aspect. Cop, what the fuck? How do you say this shit? Copsicin? QAPSAICIN. What a weird fucking name. For $5. Jay, can you get Jay on JNT? No.
Yeah.
The Singing Tigs for 5. Where is the Rippa and Dan TNME theme song? Also, Dan, Black Wind Fire and Steel Scream. How? Are you human? How often can you pull that off without pain?
Without pain, never. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Have to make Eric Adams justice. You don't cover Eric Adams, and you just do it in any way. You need to do him justice. The greatest heavy metal vocalist that ever lived, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed.
I'm gonna show you guys a tweet from one of my favorite YouTubers, RGT85. Wow, the Mario movie is shallow. You mean he didn't talk about identity politics, socioeconomic situations, and inflation rates? I'm fucking shocked, man. I thought this was gonna be a deep movie. It's fucking Super Mario. People just want to see him in a movie. That's all. LOL.
Yeah.
That's it, man. That's it.
Yep.
All these fucking critics. Like, he's not talking about that message. Now, again, we'll see. We'll see. The one person that I trust is Chris Gore, but that doesn't mean I agree with Chris Gore, but I do trust him. So I do think it's going to be a shallow movie, and it kind of goes back to my initial worries about this whole movie was what story can you tell with Mario? You know what I mean? What story is there to tell? And it doesn't sound like there's much of a story to tell. So it's going to be a series of just kind of like, it's just style. It's a lot of style with a lot of Mario moments and things that you know from the games and all of that. That's what it sounds like. And from a critical standpoint, there are genuine critics out there that know how to judge movies. I can see why that would be a problem for a genuine critic, not for the social justice critics, though.
Fuck am I? Bruh for $5 says, bruh. Butter Biscuit for 5. Behind on stream. Did you guys ever read my Streamlabs from a couple days ago?
So my stream, I cannot get into Streamlabs right now, and it's pissing me off because I'm locked out. It's not that I don't have access to it, but it's like Krista can't get in there. I can't get in there. It's an issue I had a while back, and I don't know if it's because of some update I did. So we're not ignoring your chats. so I will I'll try to figure it out before Cobra Cast, and I'll read everything over there. So my apologies. That is 100% on me.
Sometimes their website can be quite buggy.
It's an update, so it's like it gives me this prompt of like our terms have updated, and it wants me to click on it, but it's automatically signing me in to D-Day Cobra and not Geeks and Gamers. So I sign out of D-Day Cobra and then I sign back in, but it's automatically signing me into D-Day Cobra without any prompts. So it doesn't give me the choice.
It's the website or the software?
The website.
The website.
So
yeah, it's a terrible website. I don't like it.
Yeah,
very buggy.
Travis Schiffler for 5. Jeremy, what happened? You fired Fear the Beardo like Jay Lethal reading the super chat. Corn Pop rules.
I didn't fire him. You know what? Fine. Beardo, take over. Let's go.
Oh, shit. Ryan was doing such a good job.
Yeah, he doesn't have the list.
I do have the list.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Beardo wants me to fire Ryan's what he wants for super chats.
I didn't say that.
I'll read a random one. The right tackle for $2. Jay, I moaned when I wipe. Thoughts?
Ew.
Do you need preparation age?
Might need to see a doctor.
Yeah.
I just think he's gay. What do you mean?
That was just my thought.
Oh man.
What do you have in there? Maybe you should get that checked.
Colon blow.
Colon blow.
Like it just goes away.
Over on Odyssey, we've got Radicalized Ryan for $25. A little shooting library coin. Thank you very much. And then LBRT for $5 is great to see a packed house. Hail Odyssey. Yeah, we had a lot of people transfer over to Odyssey when the Rumble chat wasn't able to go because of Trump. So thank you.
Trump's just breaking the internet, as always. I wonder how many people were on Rumble when he broke it. Because we've seen some big ass streams on Rumble. You're never ignored, Hayden. You're never ignored.
Arthur Brown for $5, a BLM sticker when his dad's a cop. LOL. Arthur Brown for another 5. If they actually looked at the past, they wouldn't be socialists. Thank you.
Rolo, you want on?
On Cobra Cast? Yeah, I can do that. I wasn't gonna play Fortnite tonight, so.
Fuck you. You don't play Fortnite without me. Fuck you too, Beardo.
What? What did I do?
I just wanted to add.
All right, you know what? Mike Hill for 5. Today, Hollywood released 2 cringe-worthy trailers with Spider-Man and the Barbie. Don't know which one was worse.
Barbie looks fun.
Barbie one looks really fucking
looks
retarded,
fun.
but it looks obviously I'm not the target audience.
I
I can't understand if they're trying to
for
be
Jeremy
real
to see
people
Barbie.
or toys or what.
Jeremy's gonna see Barbie.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. It's very exciting. We're all gonna go see it.
Lost Tale says something told me to spam the chat with Rolo. Awesome.
That Barbie movie is how I imagine California.
No.
Not that clean.
Not that clean.
When are you gonna go live?
A lot more homeless
On
people.
the streets.
Yeah, a lot more homeless.
At like midnight is when you're going live, Jeremy?
I'm set for 24 minutes from now, so yeah.
Okay, let me eat something. So I'm gonna roll out now. I will be back on Cobra Cast.
I'm gonna Rolo out.
Yep.
I'm gonna
Rolo out. You're gonna Rolo out.
I'm gonna Rolo out. Follow myself, my wife on Locked and Loaded Latinos on YouTube. We've been breaking records. You guys have been awesome lately. I'm really proud of that. And stay tuned for more Fortnite too, and Mario movie tomorrow. So
one day we'll get Ripper to play Fortnite again. One day.
Yeah,
one day.
that'd be good. That'd be good. All right, later, guys.
Later.
Hell yeah, Rolo.
All right, Big Mike for 2. I guess I'll read a
later.
few. I'll
See
read
you
a
later.
few. Fuck it.
What you're supposed to do? I tell you.
Big Mike for 2. YouTube is shit. Can't say anything on here anymore.
That's true.
Thank you, Big Mike.
Jeremy
Wormy for 5.
Yeah.
Dan interrupted you.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Jeremy Wormy for $5. I am only 120 away from 1,000. Love y'all. Well, let's get Jeremy Wormy to 1,000.
Fucking knock him on.
God damn it, knock him on. You have sent 100 before. So the first time I sent $100 stream, you can't read it. That's a clear sign from God that I should only send as little money as possible and continue abusing Streamlabs. That is funny as hell. I apologize, Enoch Maman. I will. Ultimately, you know what's gonna happen is Ryan's gonna figure this out. So he figured it out last time this happened.
Mike Hill for $5 says, Graham, do you have a favorite on-screen rendition of Bane? You kind of answered that earlier, right?
Yeah, he probably doesn't.
Well, I guess if by default it would be Batman
by-
and Robin just because of the look.
Yeah.
Full Metal Vash for $5 says, Mr. G. Nolan, how do you feel about the anime manga My Hero Academia? We'll have to ask him another time.
I'm sure we'll have
should
him
have gone
back.
in the important super chats one.
Quint for $5 says, what did Trump do? He shoved a cigar up. Oh, wait. His son bought a hose, smoked rock, having a gun around, or waving a gun around. Oh, wait. Yeah, I think those were other presidents.
Definitely was not Trump.
Nope.
Trump's guilty of not being part of the establishment, essentially. So,
Taters Vivo for $5. Famous Subway Jaron quote, and I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for meddling with kids.
Jeez.
Good one.
Fucking hell.
Jared McBride for $5. Did you guys see the Blue Beetle trailer, and did you guys hear what George Lopez said about Batman in the trailer?
Yes, we did a video on it. We've talked about it multiple times, and we talked about it during this stream as well.
Yep. Sludge for $5. Bowser approaches Peach in a parking lot. Okay. Sir Obsidian for $2. Peach is strong in SPP, RPG, and Smash. Enough said.
Yeah, she is, but that doesn't apply to like none of this. But I think the Mario animated series is the argument people can use.
The Lost Tales for $5 says, you won't guess which bathroom this actor was just in. The blackened men's bathroom?
Jay, can we work out something?
I don't know what to say.
Like, we need to find a blackened men's bathroom for you to kind of like. We can recreate we can recreate that scene in Dumb and Dumber, that one too.
Yeah.
With what was his name? What was the guy's name? Seabass. Remember?
No, I'm not. That's gross, man. I'm not doing that stuff.
All right, I've got Streamlabs and knock mom on for $100.
Woo!
Techno music break. Fucking stupid, dude.
That's all he said.
No. Beardo can read this one. I found it.
Which one?
Hold on, I'm putting it in the private chat.
Who's this from?
Enoch Maman or Encino Man.
Oh my gosh.
I need to read this before I say it. Make sure I don't say anything.
There's no racial slurs. It's just
all right.
embarrassing.
Time for a techno music break. Do that. All right, now back to our regular scheduled programming.
That's pretty good.
There you go.
Pretty
There you
good.
go.
Pretty good.
Watched a lot of Jackass and Party Boy when I was a kid, so I know how that one goes.
That was good.
Casey White for $1.99 says somehow Corn Pop returned.
Oh shit, that was great.
Relentless Critic for Canadian $5.50. Shout out to the Relentless Clan watching G&G. Captain Hardwood and sidekicks Titty Smacker, Harry Brownhole, Mavdick, Grandy Peebo, and Corn Pop. Almost at 12,000 subs.
Look at all these legends just off their screen name.
Harry Brownhole for Canadian $2.20. Corn is my nemesis. Thanks, Jay, for the bathroom advice.
I like this one. Predator Magnus says, I would marry Steph for a green card. Maybe.
Oh.
She doesn't need one. She's American
I don't
citizen.
need one, yeah.
Are you saying that you need one?
Do you need a green card?
Yeah.
Krista needs one, so I don't know. I don't know if that was the option. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, see you later.
See you later.
Twilight79 for $5 says, watching Tuesday night's main event and Friday night tights make my week go by smoothly. Thanks, Gary and Jeremy. Go G&G, get snake bit, all hail.
Hell yes.
Taker for $5. Riddler, riddle me this, Batman. If the next step is the WNBA, does anybody really win the women's college basketball championship?
No. No.
No is the correct answer. Pyro Rampa for $5. I will say, hearing Ripa say he's a straight edge made me feel a little bit better also being straight edge.
Hell yeah.
I'm straight. Yeah, I mean, Ripa, I was shocked when I found out Ripa was like, because I am too. Because shockingly enough, like, you know, people that drink have to constantly tell you how they don't fucking drink and they're going to get shit-faced on the weekend. People that don't drink, they're like, all right, yeah. And then, of course, you get asked about it. So you have to, you know, but like you don't advertise it. But yeah, I don't drink. Ripa don't drink. Never have, never will.
As well.
Robert McDonald for
You
$5.
I don't.
Have you ever?
I did. I used to drink a lot during my 20s, but since
Fucking weak motherfucker. Me and Ripa never. Fucking pure bloods. No, I'm kidding.
No, but since I started to get into fitness, I stopped. And then also it was I was using alcohol to be braver with women. So that was a crutch that I had to get rid of.
You need alcohol
to improve
for
my
that?
dating life. What's that, Steph?
You need alcohol for that? Just sing.
Hello.
Robert McDonald for $5 says, my bad, Graham. The Crown Reserve and Sadia kicked in on that last super chat. I typed it like Gary reads them. Okay. Kendall the Cricket for $5 says, Halle Bailey and I would make a great couple. We can really see worlds apart together.
God damn. All right, we have a new post about the Mario movie.
Oh.
It is from Shadiversity. So Mario, I didn't like it. In fact, I found it mostly boring and annoying, and the more I think about it, the more insufferable it is. But kids will love it. Review will be out soon.
Uh-oh.
That's literally what Chris Gore said. That's literally what Chris Gore said. So,
is Shad a video game guy?
I mean, he's a game guy. I don't know if he's a Nintendo gamer.
Nintendo guy.
So that's what the discrepancy is that generally Nintendo fans are really enjoying this. And
yeah, those are interesting reactions.
Yeah. So I guess we will see.
Mikey Gusler for $5. Batman Returns is the best Batman movie. Anybody here agree with that?
Batman
really
Returns.
Good. Yeah, I love that.
It was the
movie.
first Batman movie I ever saw. I like it very much because of that. But the
I
best one.
I need to watch Batman Returns again. It's been a long time, but I love freaking like Tim Burton's vision, and I love Batman '89. But the best Batman movie is Batman Begins. The best movie with Batman is The Dark Knight. Sixer Iverson for $5. Ripa, your comment to G&G having Ripaverse posters in their place. I saw it from Jeremy's birthday vlog. He knows we got the Ripaverse posters up.
Hell yeah, man. I love it. Hopefully I can get him some more.
Hell yeah.
One nice on too.
Yep. You're gonna see a lot more stuff from us here too. A lot of vlog stuff we're working on. But yeah, as far as Batman movie, the best Batman movie is Batman Begins. The best movie with Batman is The Dark Knight.
Solid take. I'll let it slide. Taters Vivo for $5 says, Jay, I saw a special screening of The Dark Knight Rises in the Black Men bathroom.
Black Man bathroom oh my god.
Sounds good.
It doesn't sound good at all.
Aiden Bergen for $2. Beardo was wrong. The Batman sucked. Well, you suck. Samurai Vader for $2. Ripa. Actor Carrie Fisher has left Hollywood.
Son
of a think you mean actress. Come on, you bigot.
So good.
MMA Crease King Jr. for $5. Beardo, thank you, sir. You speak the truth. Dark Knight Rises is horrible and dog water. Besides Mask of the Phantasm is the best movie. Val Kilmer is underrated. I actually said earlier, Val Kilmer, he wasn't terrible. He just happened to be in a bad Batman movie, but he wasn't awful. Agreed?
I didn't like his.
See you later. No, Val Kilmer. I liked Val Kilmer. Like those movies, man. I have to go back and watch. It's been so long, and I'm so removed from them when the Nolan trilogy came out. So
for me.
I didn't like his Bruce Wayne. He whispered the whole time as Bruce Wayne. I didn't really dig it.
I guess after the Nolan trilogy, I kind of like the only one I went back and revisited was Batman '89, and it held up phenomenally.
Oh yeah,
Batman '89 holds up so damn well. Others Returns I need to revisit those, so I need to revisit them.
Drunken Throat Punch for $5. Is it just me, or Ryan Cricket's eyes look like the girl from Little Mermaid?
Yeah.
I think I see the resemblance. Patty Q for $4.99. Hail Graham Nolan. Hail Comicsgate.
Hail.
East Coast Toasty Boy for $5.
What the fuck was that?
Jay meant to fucking mute, and he turned his camera off.
Dude, that scared the fuck out of me. Dude,
all of a sudden
that startled me so much.
For half a second, I thought Epic Mike was back.
The chat is losing it.
My bad. God dang it. I got another one. Hold on.
Jesus. Shook his apartment.
Oh God, that was amazing. That was amazing.
Jay's gonna. I thought he said I got another one, and he was gonna broadcast it again.
No, that's kind of that was rude of me to do that.
East Coast Toasty Boy for $5. Dan, my fellow Brazilian.
Hey,
you have
I'm
to come
sorry.
on stream more. I hope Lula's tiny Lula energy isn't giving you too much trouble over there.
Well, I was about to get my gun permit when he showed up, and it fucked up everything. So now I had to wait for a bunch more bureaucracy. So yeah, it's already started to fuck up things.
Just another guy for $4.99 says Dark Knight is a better movie, but the Batman is beautiful to watch. Camera and lighting is on point, or am I crazy? I don't think you're crazy.
You're crazy.
I don't think you're crazy. I enjoy it.
I don't know. I've seen the Batman twice. I liked it okay the first time. I liked it less the second time, but I like the score is phenomenal.
Third act is messy. I really like a lot of the movie though.
Agreed. Sketch for $2. Jay, would you eat a raw red Norland potato?
Don't be mad.
I'm not mad.
Come on,
I did say I would eat that potato if my campaign hit 100K at the end of the month. So I'll say yes to that.
Let's go. Let's go.
I'll do it on
Marksman.
Switch.
Marksman for $2 says Jay is a cow. A cow goes moo. Corn pop. All right.
Yeah.
See you later.
Pre for $2. A serious question. Favorite non-American TV show?
Why the fuck would I watch anything like that?
TV show.
I thought Squid Game was pretty cool. Was pretty good.
That was really good.
Chapulín Colorado, obviously.
That's
some fucking Brazilian soap
opera. It's some dumb shit. It's some dumb shit.
If Rolo was here, he appreciates Chapulín Colorado. It's just Fortnite skin that I use.
Yeah, it's that dumb fucking thing he uses. It's stupid.
It's not dumb. It's epic.
It gets us killed.
It doesn't.
It does. People can see you from a mile away.
Well, if that bothers you, maybe you should get better.
Maybe you should get better. I had 10 fucking kills.
Breadicus. Breadicus for $5. Who else wants to see the people behind Tropic Thunder? Wait, what? Who else wants to see the people behind Tropic Thunder do a superhero parody with Robert Downey Jr. playing Rhodey?
I mean, unfortunately, the people behind the people that did Tropic Thunder people, they wouldn't do it, unfortunately.
The Gaming Angel for $4.99. If Grace Randolph says Mario movie sucks, then that's proof it's a good movie.
I mean, not really, but it definitely points to things in a decent direction.
Okay, here's a good question. Samurai Knight for $2. Gotta ask this. Captain America versus Batman.
Batman.
I'm gonna go Batman as well.
Joel for $55 Canadian.
Let's go.
Just tuned in. Not really sure what you're talking about, LOL, but want to show some love from your northern neighbor up in Ontario, Canada.
Nice.
Love what you guys do. Can't wait to see what's next from Eric. Hell yes.
Hell yeah.
Shout out. That's awesome. And then Disco Cobra. Been so did we see that one? I think we got 20.
That one's new.
Okay, been so long since I've seen the 90s Batman movies. Need to revisit the good ones. My favorite Batman movie is The Dark Knight. Rises and Begins are good, but Heath Joker is the best. Batman is decent. Also liked Batfleck. So you like them all pretty much. So I respect it. I respect it.
Ben Affleck's good. I like Ben Affleck. Sketch for $2. The word potato comes from the Spanish word patata. Thank you, Sketch.
Gung Ho Mac is not wrong. I almost said California. I almost did. So
Kennel's half chub on vacation for $5. The half chub rises.
Sixer, I read your super chat. It was about ripping the posters here at G&G headquarters. I read it earlier.
Mike Rochburns for $10. Dan Vask or Jay, who is the funniest to pick on? That's a question for Jeremy.
Jay, did you hear that guy's name?
Jay.
No.
You say it again, Beardo?
Mike Rochburns for 10.
What?
Probably need to go to the doctor.
And the bathroom.
And the bathroom.
Because Jay's the expert.
Yeah. I'm watching Ripa on Twitter just destroy all these people. Like every 5 seconds, he's tweeting something at these crazy people online.
All right, we got to run through these. I got 6 minutes before Cobra Cash starts.
All right, let's run through them. SPD Girl for $5. If you're doing Mario movie tomorrow, does that mean no Fortnite stream tomorrow night?
No Fortnite tomorrow night.
Really? No Fortnite tomorrow night?
No Fortnite tomorrow night.
All right. Mike Hill for $5. Dungeons & Dragons will remove the half species from player's manual because they think it's inherently racist.
Racism.
The Gatekeeper's Dynamo for $1.99. I hope we see Black Hermione on HBO Harry Potter.
I hope not.
Bird Up for $5. Woke metalheads make as much sense as what?
Trans kids.
Kecked rappers. Shout out to Eminem. What does that make as much sense as CKED? All right. Thank you.
We get it. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Super Mastermind for $5. Thumbnail of Jay making his face shoved up against a wall of glass with eyes wide open.
Why?
Why? Because.
Thank you.
Lord Plagueis for $1.99. May the sand be with you.
Yeah.
Amen.
Sketch for $2. So you like sand, eh? Well, see you later. Kennel's prolapsed anus for $5. I feel bad for Jay's gaping butthole.
What?
60%, maybe even 70% of these super chats had my name in it. And that one was like, why?
Ravens Nevermore for $5 says a drink with crazy is trying to push new Iron Age creators. If not F&T or TNME, can you get him on some of the side shows?
What's the side shows?
A drink with crazy.
He's going to be on my podcast soon enough, and I'm going to be on his show Friday, actually. So
yeah, he's pretty cool.
Kennel's prolapsed anus for $5. If there is any criticism to be had from creatives on panel, chat will call it. Okay. Fantastic, Mr. Knox for $5. WOTC getting rid of half species from their D&D handbook. They claim it's inherently racist.
Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah. Aaron Yeager for a 99-cent super sticker. Thank you. Magnum Norse for $5. Dan Vash should be considered the greatest heavy metal vocalist, but unfortunately, we live in a time where Henry Cavill becomes an outcast.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much.
That's it.
I'm honored.
Ton Barry Masta for $25. How the heck did Mike get his hair back so fast?
We read that.
We got that one.
Jolly Roger for $5.50. Vascular Daniel, do you know Colum McGinnis, Irish singer on YouTube? Mostly folk songs, worth looking up for anyone who likes music.
Yeah, I know him. The guy's great. He has a great deep voice, a baritone voice, but he also has a very cool high range. And he seems to be a cool guy.
Marcus Henry for $1.99. Corn Pop Stop Shop to Pop Tops at the Chops Shop. Dan C for $10. Speaking of metal, not a huge fan of subgenres that end in core, but some of that backward stuff is legit.
Appreciate that.
Slathist?
Statheist.
That's
a song.
Get stuck in my head from time to time. A video is great and love the message.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
My bad for butchering
Fucking awesome. Yeah, most of those styles that end up with core came with a lot of influence from punk, right, Rippa? They have they added a lot of weight and speed to punk, and I have a lot of respect for those genres, but what I don't like is what is called nu metal. Nu metal, they got all of that from hardcore, from metalcore, from those styles, and added emo shit in it, both musically and culturally. Though it's very self-righteous and like victimization. No wonder why most emo musicians from the 2000s are now woke, because it's all about victimization and melancholic stuff. So that's what I don't respect. But I have a lot of respect for newer styles of metal, such as hardcore and metalcore.
Encino Man, abuser of Streamlabs for $2, says worth every penny. His unce techno music break.
Yeah, that is Encino Man.
Encino Man?
Yeah, Encino Man.
I thought it was a Nakbamon.
No, Jay calls him Encino Man.
Robert MacDonald for $5 says George Floyd and Trayvon Martin having common. I'm not worried about them endangering my daughters.
Okay. Beardo just went for it there.
Yeah, that might have been one that Ryan should have read.
Yeah.
Gunho Mac, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just reading this shit. Gunho Mac for $5 is pro tip: if you can't make it to Universal for the Black and Men bathroom, just go to Waffle House or Magic Johnson's Theater. God damn. XSL for $2. Beardo, my voice spread cheeks like butter on bread. Awesome. Dave for $2 says best Batman movie is Mask of the Phantasm. It's a good one. It's a good one. Marksman for $2. Corn in beard. Beard goes pop. Corn pop is home. Cool.
I've got some Streamlabs I want to read real quick because we have got several of them.
Go for it.
Butter Biscuit from yesterday for $8. If you guys ever get a chance, can you roast the Blackening trailer? It's a black leftist wet dream. Most unfunny thing I've ever seen. Jeremy with facepalm. Just be aware the N-word's used a couple times. We'll take a look at that. I think I know exactly the movie you're talking about. I mean, whatever. At least it's not something that's been like race swap, whatever. You know what I mean? So, hey. Chad Thundercock for $5. Can we call OCAF, Hassan Piker, Mo Bitches, Light Skin God, and Angry Doe this sinister shit? That's pretty good. Bob Iger for $20. I have a dream that one day at the Reedy Creek of Florida, the gender fluid offspring of former Disney execs and the sons of former stock owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream today. Prison cafeteria worker for $20.
Oh, what?
Frozen cafeteria.
It says that wasn't pineapple on your pizza, Gary. Spirian for $5. Thank you, Spirian. Mr. T Baggins for 3. I pity the fool of a Took. Mr. T Baggins. I pity the fool of a Took.
Oh man.
Anak Maman for 3. The reaction to the Mario movie seems similar to the D&D movie. If you love the respective IP, you love the movie. If you don't, it's mid at best. Same could be said of the Sonic films. All right, that's good. We're good on Streamlabs.
The Gaming Angel for $4.99 says, Grace Randolph says Mario is inappropriate for children, especially in the Me Too era because Bowser wants Peach. I am laughing so hard I'm in stitches right now.
Yeah, that's going to be fun to talk about tomorrow. Can't wait to see it. Tomorrow we're seeing it, and we'll be talking about it.
Joel for Canadian $22. I love the Harry Potter books and always thought they would be great as a TV series, but you know in today's climate they will just fuck it up. Jeremy, Ryan, Dan, and Eric are my jam. Love the beardo.
Hell yeah.
Kyle for $2. The snake
Named everybody
pit
but me.
What?
You hear that one, Jeremy?
No.
Kyle for
Jay
2.
interrupted.
The snake pit awaits.
I will be over there. I see you guys in the chat. I will be over there. It's been my 4th fucking stream today. Let's fucking go.
Marksman for 2. Corn Pop, Beard Trebles in black. Beard goes corn. Aaron Yeager for $1.99. Ripa, I'm happy you made ISOM Puerto Rican.
Not a thing, but yeah.
Well, you got a new artist. You got a whole new art team.
Oh
You
yeah.
lighten his
Oh, that's
skin.
what you're referring to. Yeah, the guy that I don't know what the fuck happened with that idiot. Yeah, let's contact some idiot said that. Well, just lied and said we had switched artists and we made ISOM lighter, which both of them were false. But retarded people are gonna be retarded. But no, the day that we make like ISOM light skin, that's the day that all this shit ends.
Dan C for $5 says Dan Vast's comment on new metal after my last super chat was spot on.
Hey, thank you. And of course there are exceptions, right? There are cool new metal bands that stayed true to the spirit of heavy metal. I would say Disturbed is one of them. Love that band. They're pretty cool. But yeah, you don't have to agree in everything. It's cool.
Marksman for 2. Corn Pop. I saw him as Corn Pop. Popcorn. Bang. J-hole. All right.
What?
Wonky Man for $2. I picked up Eric from the southern border.
What?
I mean, I guess Texas, as long as we talking about secession, then yeah, technically, yeah, I'm at the southern border. I wish not to share government with the rest of you motherfuckers.
I think that's it.
That's it. Okay.
That's it.
A fucking banger tonight. Holy shit. Every week, Tuesday night's main event gets crazier and crazier. You guys are amazing. It's awesome having Dan here. I don't know why Jay's in the middle.
Pleasure, man.
Dan's a bigger star than Jay.
That's
but we had Graham Nolan. It was awesome having Graham Nolan on.
Yes.
We had Gary on. We had Dan on. Jake the Viking wanted to join. I told him I didn't have no fucking room on the panel. So Tuesday night's main event is popping like never before, and I appreciate it. Great job to the whole panel, to the ladies, to Beardo, to Ryan, Ripa, Jay, and Dan Vask. Tell them what you got going on, Dan, as we close this thing out.
Hey, one more time. This Friday, I'm going to melt your faces with a heavy metal rendition of Amazing Grace. You guys are going to cry. You guys are going to laugh. You guys are going to everything because it's going to blow your freaking minds. Hit notifications for my channel, youtube.com/DanVask, and it's going to be amazing.
Oh yeah. All right. So Dan, appreciate you, buddy. And tomorrow, Mario movie.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. So Chris is excited. Excited, Krista?
I'm very excited. Yes, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. So, all right, guys. So I'm jumping over to Cobra Cast. That is in the pinned comment right now. If you want to click that link, I'll be over there momentarily with Rolo. We're going to react to President Trump's speech tonight at Mar-a-Lago. I have not seen it, so I'm looking forward to hearing what he has to say. And other than that, thank you so much for all of the support. We greatly appreciate it. Follow all these awesome people on different social media platforms. And we'll see you tomorrow with our review of the Mario Brothers movie. Good night, everyone.
Night.
Talk to you later. Good night.
Bye.